What's up, my sweet buds? 3, 2, buds.
That doesn't rhyme.
Like that fun
Or is it
little
slant
bonding
rhyme?
thing we all say at the beginning.
No, I don't like it.
3, 2, 1, friendship.
Friendship is power.
3, 2, 1, platonic cuddling. Here we go, guys. Everybody, it's time for Generation Fantasy.
Don't touch me. Don't touch my body. I don't like it.
I have a Shark Tank product I'd like to pitch you all today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this involve the void that you're in?
Oh God, no! I forgot you wanted to discuss the void.
What's the void?
Okay.
Oh, your
Jesus.
background?
Yeah, I feel like this should be acknowledged here at the top.
Okay.
I am here in sweet Colorado. I was actually in Nebraska this very morning.
Ooh.
I know.
Did you pass by Jenkins?
I maybe. It's pretty hard to get into Jenkins though.
Yeah. I bet you didn't.
I don't know.
You're right. I am. So, but yes, I am. I'm not in my actual house. I am in my family's house. And if you let me just and then let me just pull this out and zoom and enhance.
What are we doing here?
And zoom and enhance.
Ooh.
Here are several Lord of the Rings posters. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Here are several Lord of the Rings posters.
Oh, no.
Adorning the walls. So
Yes.
just know that if you zoom and enhance enough, you will be able to find and locate
I'm
them.
jumping around like crazy.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
No.
Are you making fun
Okay.
of Lord of the Rings?
No, because I've learned my lesson. One time I told my father that I was not that interested in going and seeing The Hobbit, and my father literally,
Cried.
not a bit, kicked me out of the car. So I learned my lesson on that one. I love Lord of the Rings.
I mean, to
so
be
much.
That
fair-
sounds deserved, honestly.
To be fair, you saw this room your entire life.
Yeah,
And you chose on the car ride there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
violent.
You see this to say that in this moment. In that moment.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I wanted to go hang out with my shitty friends instead. So my dad was like, "Oh, you
Which
want to go
which
hang out
Hobbit?
with your shitty friends? Get out."
Which Hobbit was it? Which out of
Honestly,
the
it was
out of
the
three?
second Hobbit, which I feel
Okay.
is entirely warranted. But
The second
it's got
Stephen
Hobbit?
Colbert's cameo in it, which is great.
Honestly, yeah. Who cameos in it?
Stephen Colbert cameos in it.
Me,
He's
actually. Did you
he's
know?
a guy in a
Yeah,
boat.
very
and,
brief.
and he turns and looks at the camera, very gristled. It's great.
I feel
That's
like you
too
get a
much.
pass for that. The second
Yeah,
Hobbit?
for sure.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful movie. I wanted to punch it in the face so bad. I was like, I don't like this. I don't.
Should I see the
All
third?
right.
I've
No.
never seen the third. No.
No,
Not
you should.
really.
Because, like, The Hobbit took all of my money knowing I was only there for dragon and spiders.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
drag
yeah.
the dragon part out until like
And,
the
like,
second movie.
I don't know how it could so effectively drag out the dragon parts without actually satisfying like any
Yeah.
of the need to see dragon.
It's the end of the first movie that we even see Smaug.
No, it's the end of the second.
Is it the end of the
You
second?
see the eye, I think, in the
I
first.
mean,
The
dragon.
eye
yeah,
at the
okay.
end of
Then the
first movie.
second. Actually, Katie,
Alright.
that's the reason why you should see the second one, or at least just that part. Is just go on YouTube.
Seeing,
and just look at the
seeing
dragon
the
part.
eye of the dragon for
And then you can
Smaug in the
skip
first
everything else.
movie, that's like seeing a road sign for Gotham and being like, "Oh, Batman's in this movie." He's not.
not gonna get me asked to prom, though, is it?
Yeah, it absolutely will. What the fuck?
No, it did not. It did not.
Oh.
What?
Do you think it was The Hobbit though, or
I'm pretty
Was it the
confident
art
that,
school?
you think it was
It might have been
that?
the art school.
that going to see The Hobbit instead of hanging out with my friends is the only explicit reason that I didn't get asked to prom.
Yeah, you'd have
Yeah.
definitely seemed more mysterious if you'd gone.
Yeah,
you'd
if I
done that.
had not gone to see The Hobbit, I would definitely have a prom date.
now currently?
I think that if you
at
ever had a
25
prom
years
date,
old?
I think that if you ever had a prom date, you are privileged in some way.
Whoa.
Is that a
who
hot
here? Who
take?
here went to prom?
Wow.
Raise your hand if you went to prom. Masood for sure
Yes.
went to prom.
Masood is
Okay.
absolutely
Well,
prom
Yeah.
king, guys.
okay. I got.
sorry,
I got
did you
two,
just say
I got
you were
two
prom
proms-
king?
I got two prom stories. I was never prom king. But
Oh, thank
I was
God.
not allowed to go to prom, so my prom stories are good.
Wait, why weren't you allowed to go to
Because
prom?
my parents
Listening.
are, I grew up pretty conservative, so my parents didn't really allow me to go to dances because there could be dancing that could lead to fornication and therefore the loss of my virginity.
Yeah. No, for sure.
1,000%, right?
Yeah, you definitely.
My house was footloose, but
I don't know
so
why
I wasn't
said
allowed to
that
go to
you're
dances.
married.
So my junior year, when my parents were out of town, they were like taking my grandmother to perform a pilgrimage. I went to prom. It happened to line up over the exact week, and I snuck out and I went to prom, and it was great. And then the other time I was I was a freshman in college, and my girlfriend from high school, who I was still dating, who was a senior in high school, had prom, and so I was like, I had to go back for that. And I stayed at a La Quinta Inn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wild.
Missed out on prom, guys. You really did it.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
remember.
I
went
don't.
to
Katie Mae, does it feel like a privilege anymore?
I'm just saying, if you,
You could
had
have
a
been
prom
hooking
date,
up at the
you were.
Quinta.
No, I'm saying if you had a prom date, you were either straight or neurotypical, and I couldn't have been either of those things in high school. So you know what? Absolutely.
Wait, lots of gay people go to prom.
Just
Or straight or neurotypical. I
Lots
don't.
of gay
TK?
people with ADHD go to prom.
TK, just
And I
just
bet you they
respect the
didn't
fact
have
that
as many
Katie Mae's
prom dates,
pressed,
did
all right?
they?
And is just taking shots across the board at
I-
everybody.
I feel so. Yeah, I paid $75 for my used prom dress. It was great.
Yeah,
I
didn't-
literally blocked out most.
Also,
of
I
it,
live down the
so
street.
I legitimately don't remember if I went to prom. It's
respect
probably
that.
no if I don't remember it, honestly. But
Yeah.
I've hated high school, so.
I think I've only gone to one dance my entire life.
What's a prom?
No, it was like 8th grade or something. No, it was freshman year. I walked in and then walked out and then walked home. It was 4 miles away too. I was just like, this is bad. I hate everyone here. I was just like, I'm going home.
Was this right after your family moved to the suburbs?
Yeah.
Also?
Yeah. I was like, this can't be real. Like people aren't like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely lived on the same street as my high school, so 5 or 6 houses down. Walked to prom, walked back. It was terrible. But I went there with a longtime boyfriend and my sisters, and I will never forget my sister piercing my ears for my senior prom. Because she was trying to do it with an ear piercing gun, and we didn't know yet that I was allergic to nickel. So from having my ears pierced when I was 14, it had scarred over and everything, and so it was very hard to get them in. And so so she goes to pierce my ear, and she's like, okay, I think that I messed up, I think that there's I've moved around the scar tissue or whatever. And I'm like, okay. And she was like, okay, are you ready? And I was like, actually, I'm really nervous. She's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you a secret, and then and that'll take your mind off it. And I'm like, okay. And she was only 2 years older than me, so she was 19 at the time. And she says, I'm not a virgin. Click. And I screamed, stood up. She screamed, let go of the gun. It hadn't clicked all the way through.
No!
So I have a long scar on this earlobe from it tearing a little bit. But
Why? Okay.
I looked
Fun,
great
fun.
at prom. She did my hair.
Fun.
It was nice. It was a good time. Anyway, what are we doing?
We're about to fight for our right for advantage. Here we go. Back to the countdown screen. I don't know if you guys remember this. I was actually going to do a
Most
bit.
awkward transition we've ever
Sorry. Yeah, Masood, actually, you take it away then.
and everyone, as you know, at the beginning of our show, we love to tell other personal reasons for why we deserve things in our life. One of those things happens to be inspiration in Dungeons and Dragons. And so we're about to do a little recap based on last week, why we deserve inspiration.
God, what even happened last week?
we did basically terrible decisions.
We yeah.
Made terrible decisions.
Mm-hmm. Also didn't
Not as bad as the people we were with though.
Yeah, all the people that we were with, also everyone who like stepped out onto there also passed out, which tells me that it might not have been Portia that made us pass out. It might have just been the magic of the place, which also means these other people might be waking up with magic powers.
Who's going first?
Let us roll a d4 to see who will take the first shot this evening. Of course, this is why you deserve inspiration for your actions last week. Dealing with the heist of Valiant High, we are going to start with Omo. Carlos Luna definitely remembers what happens last week. Why you deserve inspiration in 30 seconds or less, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so I believe I deserve inspiration because Omo made it a point to search the school alone, even though there's creepy stuff going on. So that shows that he's brave. And he went looking for Kent after he went missing. And he was the first one to like really try to lay out that guy while other people ran away. The end.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just continue down in order. Why you deserve inspiration for your actions based off last week in 3, Kaya specifically. That's who's next. Kaya. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't think any of us deserve inspiration, to be honest, because we failed at everything we were supposed to do. We were supposed to protect those kids. Almost everybody passed out. Also, Sunny's up to some shady stuff in the back seat there, and yeah, that was a disaster. We're lucky that we got out with our lives.
Interesting take. Ken, why you deserve inspiration for your actions last week in 30 seconds or less in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think Kent solely deserves inspiration for the fact that he convinced Bradley not to have us wear those leather outfits. I think the fact that that we weren't running around in leather pants because of Kent is a huge blessing. I think the fit would have been cool. The like post photo would have looked very dope, but I think it was a good call. And also he explored, he like went deeper into the hole. He got Sunny out of there. He didn't have to do that, but he went back for Sunny.
Yeah, I could have left her to die.
I could have left her to die.
Right, yeah, would have been better if he did.
That's it.
That's not Kaya saying. That's me.
Oh, interesting take. All right, then that's your time, which means that Bayou, I don't think it's going to be hard for you to get this W if you really put some legwork into it. Why you deserve inspiration for your actions last week in 30 seconds or less in 3, 2, 1, go.
I deserve inspiration because I'm the person who's in charge of the timers this week, and I just put it on loop. So we're gonna sit here all fucking night until you give me inspiration at the end.
So we can't stuff the ballots, but you can filibuster.
I like
it.
Cool.
Yeah, I absolutely can. Did y'all
vote.
See Sailor Moon Eternal yet? It's pretty good. I mean,
I always
all
vote
right.
for
So
power.
I've started the poll.
Yeah,
I've started the poll.
Pretty hot as usual.
Tuxedos,
recap
as usual.
There. Yeah.
All right, you little nerds.
Real good.
Hello. I was just going to talk to the audience a bit about what happened last week in case anyone couldn't remember.
Please.
I was going to tell them that last week, Bradley convinced everyone, even though it was Bayou's idea, to transform a heist into a beautiful senior prank moment as it evolved from the bros heist to the all-inclusive heist, in which you all resolved to go steal both Bradley's stash and some cool, totally sick items from Valiant High, and then like put them in our high school to be like a super sick prank. So that's why you all went to Valiant High in the first place. And when you got there, remind me what your strategy was.
There wasn't one.
Oh, right. So you then went into the school and things kind of devolved pretty quickly. You chase.
I think we did have a slight. I think the strategy was split the group so we would be the ones going into school, and Bradley and his buddies were the ones getting his party supplies.
And then dissolved immediately.
It dissolved very fast.
They did their job. They got their job done super fast.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well.
I mean, we also did our job. We got that sick banner.
You got a sick banner and you got a jukebox.
Yeah, we got that.
Omo lifted a jukebox.
Which is really exciting. So you guys have a banner and a jukebox, and Sunny, who is passed out in the Prius with Bayou, Kaya, and Kent.
Looking hot.
And
Katie May won inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh,
well done.
Yay.
Well, I'm going
rigged.
to take that little star and put it in my pocket to save it for the finale.
I'm honestly,
I don't like that.
I'm upset that I got so many votes for that. That's unreasonable. Don't vote for corrupt powers, kids. Don't do that.
It's okay.
And so Sunny is in the car with Kaya, Omo, and Bayou, who is in the back with Sunny. And then in Bradley's Hummer is Omo, Tessa, who is driving.
Wait, you just said Omo was in the other one, didn't you?
Omo is in the Hummer.
In the
Kent,
Hummer.
Bayou, and Kaya are
Kent.
in the Prius.
All right. Oh, right. Omo's not in his own car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so so in this, actually, let's pick up here, shall we? Now that we know that I have inspiration.
No.
And
No,
we're
you're
ready
saving
to
it for the
hop right
finale.
in,
You're saving it for the finale.
that I'm saving for a rainy day when which I wish to administer pain the most.
Does the DM's inspiration stack?
Depends on how mad you've made me, doesn't it?
Really?
I
That
think
doesn't sound like a
But
rule.
this was a game with our friends. Wait,
That doesn't sound like a teachable rule.
wait a second. I question the mechanics here. Get at me, Wizards of the Coast.
that's actually Chris Perkins' law. You can ask
Chris Perkins, fucking get at me. I already beat the shit out of your boy Jeremy Crawford.
Oh,
Get at me, Chris Perkins.
We can't start D&D beef again. We'll get in trouble.
Again.
No,
We're the
I just
bad
wanted.
kids
I
of
just wanted
D&D.
people to think that we were mysterious and cool
Oh,
for like
yeah,
a second.
We're tough.
yeah, guys, we're real. Well, look
Don't
at
mess with
this.
us.
Yeah.
Look at that side bang, man. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Don't meet me in a dark alley. I tell you what.
fucking
This,
Yeah.
suit sitting here looking like a
imagine.
total Poindexter.
Okay.
Imagine this guy just
Fuck.
looking at you.
Jesus.
I've brought us all now the locations view page. We should all fix the font on this. I don't remember. I don't.
I gotta get back in as a player. I'm sorry. One
I
second.
feel like it's better with all the different types of font.
Yeah.
I find that
Looks like the mess.
actually.
This
I find
looks
that-
like somebody with ADHD built it.
Hey, shut up.
Hey,
Sorry.
Hey,
hey, 2 people with ADHD worked on this. Okay.
shut up. I'm good at other
Advice.
stuff.
But yes, I want to pick back up in Bradley's Hummer, which is currently home to Tessa, who's in the front seat. Reminder is dating Leroy, in the running to be prom queen. She's in the front. She is hands 10 on 2, also panicking a little. She keeps looking back towards you. Yes, TK.
Is there somebody running against Tessa? Isn't she just the prom queen?
I think that there is, and it's Holly Lamb.
Nice.
So
Voting for Holly.
both.
All right.
both-
Important world building information.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So those are the 2 people who are running for prom queen, unless Kai is also running.
What? No.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd
What?
ask.
No.
Kaya says prom, it's a school night.
It says attention on me. No, I'm good. I'm gonna go over here and get some drinks.
Which I respect. It's such a big mood. And then the people running for prom king are Leroy and our good friend Kent Vanderbilt. So
Watch the ballots get stuffed for Bayou, though.
Oh, what's up?
but you would have to have friends to have that happen. Anyways, we are inside of Bradley's Hummer. after this heist has gone poorly, you all made a run for it, but you passed your stealth checks to somewhat leave without a trace here. The Prius is in the front, sort of deciding on the direction, which just leaves Tessa following in the Hummer. Omo, to paint this picture for you, you have Tessa in the front seat driving in a panic. She has not even noticed to turn down the radio yet, and it's like a little too weird and loud, and Brad's hype mix is playing. Can you tell me one of the songs that's playing on Brad's hype mix?
Rascal Flatts' Life is a Highway is
so
playing.
Rascal Flatts' Life is a
Jules'
Highway
intuition.
is playing over the
Chumbawamba.
speakers now. To Tessa's driving. Chase is sitting in the front seat, pressing a bunch of buttons on their camera. You can tell their hand is kind of covered over it, and they're looking through the footage of the pictures that they had gotten of this event. And you are in the back middle seat, a passed out Brad on one of your shoulders and a passed out Leroy on the other one of your shoulders. And they're both like this in the back. And Life is a Highway is playing very loud in your ears. It's a highway. I wanna ride it. You just have to go, oh my God. Oh my God. What happened to my boyfriend? Oh my God, what is even happening in his car? Oh my God.
Okay, just focus, and I want to be like looking for like napkins to like put under their heads, just so they like don't drool on me or anything. And I'm also kicking their leg from touching my leg, because that's the one thing I like absolutely hate when I'm in like a middle seat.
Except for you're like three relatively tall men, like bulky boys, so you're absolutely a little scrunched back here, and it's pretty unavoidable, especially for someone with the bulkiest shoulders as yours.
Just focus, just follow the Prius. We're gonna find a good spot to I'm just gonna
What even happened in there? Why is Leroy even passed out? Chase is quiet, not answering, not saying a word.
I don't know. I think maybe low blood sugar, and I'm like pushing him up against the window on this side.
Oh my God, do you think it was actually the radiation?
No.
Oh my God, are we all going to die? Wait, should we be going to the hospital instead, Omo?
No, definitely don't go to the hospital. Just keep follow the Prius. They know what's up. They definitely, I mean, this is probably all a big surprise for Bradley here. And I want to like pick up his arms and like try to bring someone back to life. Like,
yeah, go ahead and roll a medicine check to see if you can revive one of the lads.
And Vanessa starts pounding through the radio.
Okay, let's go that. Medicine check.
Yes, please.
Okay. Submit. Whoop.
It's a
19.
solid
19.
across the board.
Yes, absolutely. Who do you focus on reviving?
Bradley.
All right. Yeah. Tell me how Omo passes this. Uses his medical skill to make this happen.
Oh God, I think Omo doesn't have much in terms of medical skill. Just what he's seen on like television and movies. So the first thing that comes to mind, like, oh, if I had salt, I could put salt in his nose, because like that's a thing that happens in movies. So I guess he's just trying to like slap him awake, or maybe he shoots water in his face. These are all the tried and true ways to wake someone up.
Do you do the water or the slap first?
Oh, I would definitely do the slap first, just because I don't
right.
want to get myself wet.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you slap Sweet Brad awake, and you make that, heist. Oh my God. Oh.
Settle down. We're good. It's all good. It's all good. See, everyone's fine. Everyone's having a good
Oh,
a
my
good time.
head.
Just chill out. Just chill out. We're almost at. How far away are we? Are we like almost somewhere or almost not somewhere?
Yeah, let's hop over to Kent's inside brain.
Yeah.
Kent, where are you driving to?
Oh, definitely to my house. It's the only place I trust right now. There's no one else. Like, we're going to the media room in my home that is specifically been untouched by my parents. I don't even think they know where it is in the mansion.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is...
We can't go to the hospital. We can't go anywhere else. I think Kent is also talking this out loud with a passed out Sunny, like to Kaya and Bayou in the other car. Just like...
You're taking the whole group back to your house? Like,
where
let's
else?
pick up.
Yeah,
let's pick up in the scene. Let's leave the Hummer for a second. Let's find out where we're going.
Where else can we go though? Like, really, like what?
I'm saying just go back to the school. They'll come to eventually.
What? And we just
and then we go our separate ways. This was a terrible idea to begin with.
Nope.
All right,
I don't like it.
That's a little That's a little hurtful. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was technically a $200 idea.
Okay, that is also true, and technically is the best kind of right. Secondly, did we abandon one another when we found out we had powers?
Okay,
No.
but we're different.
Well, how are we different than these people?
Is it
You
only
pay us
them in the
to
car?
hang out with you?
You are not with them. Sunny is in your position in the car, Omo.
Sunny's
It's us and Sunny.
Yeah.
Sunny's passed out.
Us
Sunny.
and the angry anarchist.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I thought someone was
Yeah.
in
The
this
other
car.
angry
Did someone
anarchist.
check them for a grenade? Did anyone pat them down for their flash grenade?
Sunny
No,
still has
I'm
her
just
flash
sitting
grenade.
here.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
I'm
the
just
flash
sitting
grenade.
here smoking in the back seat
Right.
next to a girl who I definitely know has this grenade. Whoops. But
That
Bayou
kinda
does
looked
like
cool.
lean forward just a little bit. Look, I healed you with that cigar, so you better calm down. Bayou does lean forward just a little bit and says, I think that we should really take into account the chance that your parents were behind a lot of this. Do you think it's a really good idea to essentially drive into the lion's den?
I think Kent grips the wheel tighter. I think the closer we are to danger, the further we are from harm.
No, that doesn't make any sense. See, if I go,
you guys don't like the Lord of the Rings and all of that stuff?
if you walk into a bear's cave, that's where the bear lives.
Oh.
That you get mauled by bears.
Also,
Because
it's
they're
you have to
there.
be. I mean, it's only a matter of time that when they let your parents know that you were there. Like,
Plus,
someone have some.
Kaya, like
No one saw me. No one clocked
Well,
me.
No, but the person became very hostile when they saw your birthmark. Kaya borrowed it for a minute.
That is weird.
And that's kind of weird when you consider that your mom hired them, right?
Ooh.
That's
In-
a problem.
And they called it the Iron Citadel too.
I don't know what that is, but it definitely sounded like they knew more about it than we did, and they were willing to kill us over it. So.
Yeah. These are all valid points. May I barter with this one?
Okay, ready? As we
If
pull
we-
into his fucking driveway.
If we
Mm-hmm.
go to a room that is soundproof, that is tucked away in a hidden corner that we know when folks arrive in, we can make it play off as anything. We're
Okay.
kids. No
What
one needs
about-
to know that we were there. This is our alibi. Comfortable. Who's
I-
going to accuse the word of the Vanderbilts?
I super get it, and I super understand where you're coming from. I need you to remember that your parents are the Vanderbilts.
Let me handle my parents.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
we'll
great
be
so
we'll be
far.
fine. It's truly. I have watched a plethora of movies alone in the media room. They have no idea where it is.
Your
All right.
parents.
I'm willing to take a luck check on that. I'm willing to take a luck check on that.
Yeah.
Maya. Like yeah, like truly, like.
Bayou is running through the electricity bill in their head, and it's just
Yeah.
like, sure.
Dude, their state is so large, and they don't have time to like just watch the things in the theater. And I think like they got it as a flex for the home, of course. But Kent's the only one who actually enjoys and like uses it. Perhaps
They don't-
when
I
like
don't know that an internet streaming service goes to that room, or
I think it was Kent's birthday gift that Kent was given the permission to go through the extreme pain of hiring someone to construct a movie theater room, and it was sort of like a lesson. Like you had to hire the contractors and source the right things and do all this and facilitate the business, and it was like you can have it if you work for it. And that was their idea of maintaining a lack of privilege for Kent.
Yeah.
You know,
all right, but you have to hire your own minions.
Yeah, they're like I think maybe the thing that they say is like he may be privileged, but at least he's not spoiled.
Oh my god, I bet he had to like file like contractor taxes and like employment taxes.
At 13, that's hard. It was a lot of paperwork to figure out. You know what I mean? But I got it done.
It was their gift for him getting his braces off.
All right. Okay, cool. So the decision still remains to...
You're a little bit of a robot.
Ooh, okay. Well, then keep having this conversation while I reset my audio.
I'm pulling up as I'm because here's also the thing. It's a winding route up to the Vanderbilt estate. And before I like pull onto the main road...
Do you have a secret garage?
No, there's no secret garage. I mean... But I do. Nobody really knows if you park on the street down away from the place. Like my parents kind of are unaware of people who are parked outside the home.
But you live on a cliff. We're supposed to walk up there?
No. Just at the edge of the. Just the edge. Actually, no. These cars will be fine. They've seen Omo. They know that I'm trying to get him into the internship program with the New Era.
Yeah, and I'm sure they know Bradley's car, so
they do know Bradley's car as well. It will. The fact that it's these two cars will not seem odd. The fact that it's this large of a group is what we have to cover for, which is fine. We're just planning.
And half of them are knocked out.
We've been studying for finals and planning our senior ditch day really hard. You know. I don't know. What do 18-year-old kids do normally? What do you all do with your friends?
Kaya just stares at him and blinks.
Bayou takes like a really long drag of their cigarillo and like stares out the window.
Oh, we're all losers. That's why we're hanging out. Got it. Okay.
This is the first time I've heard you call yourself a loser.
Dude, I have no friends. People are just jealous of me.
Ooh. No, Katie May!
Go, Katie May!
Even the GM is just
just leaves. Katie May is like, I can't be here for this.
No, not having it.
This is frankly pathetic.
But yeah, I think that's like Kent just sort of sits there and it's like, yeah, no, I get it. I try to be friends with Bradley. Bradley and I are buds, but we're not really like. Omo was like my actual friend. He liked me for me.
Wow, that's great for you, man.
Yeah.
So, are we going to get out of the car, or we're just going to sit here? Or?
I'd say let's get out. Let's go in. I mean, ultimately, we can still go somewhere else. If you guys don't want to be here, you can outvote me. The round table should honor everyone's voices, not just King Arthur's.
And we cut now.
Just gets out of the fucking car.
Yeah, we cut from there back to the Hummer. We rewind a little bit in time, and Omo, your eyes are on the Prius, and you watch. You drive out past Valiant High, and you pass the U-Town corridor, and you don't make the turn to go back to school. And that means you're not going back to the donut shop either. You're not heading to anywhere in Hickey Park. You're not heading to anywhere in Brightwood Grove. That means that you are left with, what's up there in the north. And with Kent driving, you're pretty sure that you're going to go to Kent's house. It's not a hard leap of logic for Omo at all.
Gotcha. Yeah, as soon as I realized that, I think I'm just like, but at the same time, I'm also like, yeah, this would be a good place to dump this guy, like Bradley and like the rest of the crew. So I'm just like, I guess they're safe there. So I'm just trying to like hang on until I can get out of this awkward situation. Like, I think Omo has no one right now in this car. So he's just like, just make it through, just grit it, just get there, and then dip as soon as they pull up. Just get ready. Is that door unlocked? Yep, it's unlocked. I can probably reach over. This bozo over here. Get over there. You know, like.
How does his vitals look? Are they okay?
What? Yeah.
Leroy Omo, my boyfriend. You know, your future prom king.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, this is super strong. I think he's just sleeping. That's what this is right now. How messed up is he? Is he hurt or anything?
That's the thing, is like he just looks like he's just asleep. There's no visible wounds, or maybe, you know, he fell and he scratched his elbow on the way down or something, but nothing large.
Gotcha. Yeah, he looks fine. He looks like maybe he passed out. Does he faint a lot? He seems like a fainter.
No, I've never seen him faint. And how can it be a coincidence if Bradley fainted at the same time? You hear Chase quietly go, I fainted too. And look, Chase also fainted, Omo.
I mean, I feel like I'm in a car of fainters, right? Did you faint?
No, did you?
Nope. Is that a coincidence?
Well, I didn't go into Valiant High. Did you go into Valiant High?
Question. I mean, I'm not in the car, but question, in case it comes into Omo's mind, is Chase's eyes still black?
Omo, Chase has put on sunglasses.
Oh, okay. Did I notice his eyes?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
To see if you have noticed it in the time that Chase was getting in the car.
Can
Woohoo,
Omo also
7.
roll a perception check to see if the glasses make Chase look more cool?
Oh, with a 7, definitely make Chase look cooler. 1, first and foremost.
It looks
2,
so cool.
you have no inkling as to why Chase might be wearing these sunglasses.
Yeah, least of my problems. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to grit through this coincidence thing and trying to like wake him up. I got Bradley, you know, I feel like all I want
And you're saying you put eyes on Kent and Kent was okay.
Yeah, Kent's fine. Don't worry about it. He's literally driving the car right in front of us. Hey,
I saw him go into that hole.
Yeah, no, we all saw him. Hey, Leroy, time to wake up, buddy. Just okay, kind of that's all I'm doing. Just going back and forth, trying to like juggle 2 idiots and Leroy.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, just so I can get a feeling for how well you manage the high levels of emotion in this car.
I'm so bad. I have like -1 persuasion.
Delicious.
5.
A 5. Okay, so Omo, I'm not gonna play out the whole scene for you. It just does not.
Yeah.
You do not cool Tessa down.
I'm just saying I'm saying things that like would probably calm me down, and like not them at all. Just like, it's like,
yeah, because Bradley starts being like, and that glowing stuff, you know, Chase, you looked it up. You said the radiation doesn't even look like that. You said it doesn't even look like that.
It could be like different types of radiation, guys. Listen, he's gonna be fine. There's probably no brain damage.
You can Google it right now. There's no sort of crystallization of radiation. You could literally look it up.
Yeah, guys, listen. How important is Leroy? This is not going over well.
The brake slams, Omo. You like, there's no headrest for you to hit your head on, and so
that was just
the worst whiplash.
That was just a question.
Is my future husband, your future prom king.
Yeah.
And honestly, Omo, the only good human being in this car.
That took his breath away. Yeah, okay. I'm not saying I want bad things to happen to him. I'm sure he's fine.
Hey, Omo, why are you? And then she starts driving again, but this time her foot is pressed like really down on the gas.
Tessa's getting
so
like close.
Also, Omo, for someone who has spent his entire time from the moment I met him in elementary school to now, obsessing over conspiracies and who has done what, you are certainly trying to downplay the weirdest thing that has ever happened to us. She is just looking at you through the rearview mirror.
because you're not ready for the truth. And I like slam my hands on the center console and like look back. It's like, this one couldn't even survive a walk in the park. Look at Johnny Cage over here with his sunglasses. You think he's set up for that? And this bozo. Yeah, that's right, bozo. I'm looking at you.
Hey!
Yeah,
Hey,
whatever.
you wouldn't call me Hey.
Nothing.
I'm not the bozo in this car.
Tessa, you want truth? Just drive and you'll get truth. And I sit back down quietly, hoping that worked too.
At that point, Tessa, I think Bayou, Kent, and Kaya see this, screeches into Kent's driveway, aggressively comes to a stop literally right before the Prius. You see her just like flip the brake. She doesn't even take the key out. She slams her door open. She says, "That means you do know the truth, Omo, and you're deliberately keeping it from the rest of us." And she slams the door behind her.
I don't know what her problem is. Hey Bradley, can you just
Hey,
open the door?
Bradley kind of like tries to like wrap his arm around your shoulders and
Don't
be like,
do that. Don't
do
it. Don't do that.
Hey.
I don't like this.
Hey,
Don't do that.
I'm looking just for like a vulnerable moment between two men
No, I don't
right
like
now.
that word. Just pick a different word.
Just an emotionally open moment between the two of us.
It's getting hot in this car. Just open the door and let me out.
No,
please.
it's fine. It's
No,
fine.
it's
you know, I just
I'm
want to touch base
gonna
with
open
you
the door
real
by
quick.
Leroy.
Chase takes a photo from the front
I'm
end.
Leroy, and I'm just like crawling over his body.
Omo, you feel a flash as Chase has turned around and snapped up a picture of it.
Just shaking
And
my
so,
head.
yeah, you managed to crawl over Leroy, and you actually bump into Tessa, who is coming around to the side to try and like revive her boyfriend. So you sort of like bump into her as you're fumbling to get out of the car, and she kind of like pushes you out of the way. And you see the rest of your friends collecting out by in front of the Prius.
I head over to them right away. Just
Yeah, as almost coming over, you could probably see Bayou waking up Sunny the way that Bayou wakes up Savannah, which is bap, bap, bap on the middle of the forehead. It's like, hey, I know you're awake, get up. And then closes the door and gets out and closes the door behind them.
Sunny kind of like glares.
What happened to the burning thing? Did she actually like?
Yeah, there is now like a scorch mark in the middle center seat of the back of the Prius.
Not my car, not my problem.
So now not only are there leather pants just sort of draped in the back seat, and also a large amount of blood stains, there is now also a burn mark in the middle seat.
Kent looks over as Sunny gets out, looks at the back seat and be like, Oh no, Omo's mother is not gonna love this when they get the car back.
Doesn't look like I care.
Any more than the blood?
No, just all of it's rough. Okay,
yeah, why is there blood in the back seat?
We can talk about it later. All right, come on. We got a lot to explain.
All right. Yeah, so the four of you, you see that Tessa has like managed to sort of revive Leroy, but Leroy's like stumbling around a bit. Definitely like the last to come back of the bunch of you. And so Kent, you go ahead and you lead everyone to
I first check. Okay, let's go. And
it does not seem like your parents are here this evening.
Okay, cool. I was kind of banking on that. All right, let's go. Everybody to the media room this way, and I take them through.
Bradley goes, I know where it is. I can lead everyone.
No, Bradster, how you feeling? By the way, Bus.
Totally good.
Really?
Yeah, Christmas Day. Worried about you, kid.
Honestly, I looked at
right?
you and it said you looked like you were looking for a vulnerable moment. I was trying to offer you one in this space.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was trying to hold that space for Omo earlier, and Omo was like frankly rejecting it after being pretty harmful towards Tess. So you might want to work on that a little. I know that Omo's your friend.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll bring it up with him, but I think honestly this has been an extraordinary evening of sorts. and one that will continue to be so. Speaking of which, I get to the door. Please grab a seat. Everybody, grab a seat.
I know how to work the popcorn machine. Who wants some? Sunny, all right. Anyone else?
Brilliant. Everyone who fainted should eat something. Regain blood. Should make sure your blood sugar's up.
Kidding me? We have a media room thing. Is it in Roll20 or do I have it on?
Let me find it. It's Kent Media's room. It's up here. It's right above the Hummer on the view page of Kent's house. We can move the Hummer, and right up here, that's Bradley's Hummer. And then all the little people we got are also here. You're all inside Kent's media room.
Gotcha.
And who's getting popcorn?
Bradley, right, is going to get
Bradley's getting popcorn for anyone.
I will grab whatever drinks they have around.
Yeah, there are all the drinks in the world that you can find. Sunny finds a margarita in a can, and she cracks it open, sits in the back seat, in the back row. Tessa and Leroy come and sit in the front, in the front two seats. Bradley's standing at attention by the popcorn machine, looking for someone who might need something. And you see Chase is just sort of standing in front of the door out.
Chase, can you also keep an ear out while you're up there? Just keep in mind, I don't think we should have any concern, but I appreciate some extra help with this. Also, Omo, you might want to help yourself to some concessions, because I feel like you'll be answering a lot of questions in a moment. Same thing with you, Bayu, and Kaya. So, Valiant High isn't covered with radiation poisoning. It's something far more dangerous. It's magic.
Chemtrails. What?
And then I Eldritch Blast into the air in front of them.
What?
Now that we know that it's real, right? Okay, if you're unconvinced, I do a second one. Yeah. The four of us went to Valiant High a little bit ago, and came back different. Something unlocked within us. I don't know about Kaya. Kaya might have always been magic, but
5G.
Not that kind of magic.
And Chase, do you want to take off your sunglasses?
Chase quietly in the back of the room says, "I'm good."
Okay, figured. But as we were trying to find out, why were we lied to and told that there was a radiation leak? Why indeed were we said that we were not allowed to go to Valiant Hive because of this poisoning? We've been left with even more questions. And I worry that those of you who passed out the similar way that we did after encountering Valiant High's effect might be on a similar journey. Now, I may not have a round table, but this media room will serve as our court. As kings support kings. I look to
cracks open an aspirin and pops it.
I think
Bradley looks emotional right now.
Yeah.
Bradley looks just overwhelmed. Yeah, how do you tell me the finishing of the speech?
For sure. And saying as kings support kings, this shall be our court. And I'm sure you all have questions, but once again, I can confirm magic is real. Do another Eldritch Blast. It's a cantrip. Ken has figured out he can do this at will as many times as he wants.
Just blasting holes in the ceiling.
No, they're dissipating before they go up because the ceiling is he's arcing it out so it fizzles.
He's arcing
in the air.
it into the popcorn machine so it cooks the popcorn.
Cooks the popcorn.
Yeah, Bayou raises their hand.
Bayou.
Yo, some of us aren't entirely sure about what king support kings mean, but I think I get it now. This means that we're all kings, right?
Yeah.
But mostly Kaya.
Anyone who can do magic is a king right now, basically. Anyone who's special, because I think think it's our graduating class or everyone who's 18 or
Why
whatever.
shares a look with Omo? Like, what the fuck?
What does everyone else look like after he gives this speech,
Yeah.
Katie May?
Yeah.
What's the vibe?
Yeah.
Vibe checks. Let's roll for a vibe check.
let's roll for a vibe check. All right, everybody, roll for a vibe check.
Okay.
Go ahead
What do
and
we
give me
roll?
What's
some
our
insight rolls.
Insight?
Yep,
a
the
real
famous
roll?
vibe check.
Vibe check.
Yo, what's the vibe, baby?
Definitely
I'm supposed to not
6 and a 7. God.
So 13,
12.
A 13,
12.
a 12.
I can't
The
believe
nat 1 and a nat 20.
Fail.
Wow.
Oh.
Making sense. It's like 3 weeks in a row.
Jeez Louise.
Why do I
Critical
work here?
fail.
Clear the cache, dude. I don't
Why
know
do
what
I
it is.
work here?
Well, I'm gonna let you tell me what your critical fail looks like after I explain to the others, TK. And then we can sort of collaboratively
yeah.
build
For sure.
what that critical fail looks
Yeah.
like. The highest scoring, let's go ahead and start with you. Who on this crowd are you most intent on getting the read on?
I think it's Tessa. I think Kent knows as someone who is like a mover and a player within circles and like understanding, like Tessa would probably be asking some similar questions, would be like, who's making this happen? Who's in charge of this? And I think Kent just wants to send them on that line of reasoning before anything else. Like I want to see if their mind is racing in that direction.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that, so you're trying to hone in on Tessa.
Yeah.
And I think Tessa knows the power that she wields in this situation. I think that she is very aware of the power that she has sort of as this over the seniors as a group. You know, as much shit as, you know, maybe Sunny gives her sometimes, or, you know, if Tessa says something, Bradley, Leroy, Chase, and Sunny are all pretty likely to fall in line. And I won't speak to the other three of you, but that is the case for the rest of the seniors. And she knows that. And so her face is just this mask of just a stone, like waiting. And you can see that Bradley and Leroy keep looking to her, being like, how do I feel about this? They keep looking back to try and get some of the information from her, and she has not been willing to give it yet. Carlos, who is Omo trying to get the biggest read on?
I guess I guess Kent at this point. Like trying to figure out what Kent's trying to do, so like I can kind of maneuver in that way. Like I think almost constantly afraid that he's missing things, and this is like that car ride taught him it's like a perfect like he's not good at reading people, and that Kent might be like, why would Kent tell him that? Maybe he's got a plan. So like trying to like figure out like what Kent's plan is in this, because he doesn't care about the other people.
Okay, so then Masood, what do you think 12 tells Omo?
I think maybe Omo sees Kent trying to get allies. Like Kent's trying to grow the numbers. I think I don't know if Kent realizes he's trying to be like a general drumming up troops, but there's a part of him that realizes it's us versus them. It's the people who put this bubble on us and us who are in it. And if we don't all band together against it, we won't be free. And I think like understanding that now there are other people we tried keeping them out. We tried keeping them from exposing themselves to the space, but them just being there, us keeping an eye on them, they're magic as well. Who knows how deep it goes? Like, I think like, yeah, just the major idea of like really drawing up allies.
Cool.
Right.
Then I think after Kent does his big speech, it's like an unconvincing like clapping, trying to do it for the kids, but also at the same time, like I don't think Omo has any inkling that everyone else has powers. So like he doesn't know what's going on or how they're gonna react.
Right. Bradley comes over to you, Kent, and I think that this is received very genuinely by the group. I don't think that no one thinks that you're lying or any of these things. They've all seen some pretty unnatural things in the last, hour. But Brad comes and he slings his arm around your shoulder, Kent, and says, Kent, as you're like...
My arm around his waist because he went up, so I have to go low.
Yeah, of course. As you're like resident Lancelot, I'm gonna say I am pretty confused right now. I don't know how sold I am on this magic thing. I feel pretty much exactly the same as when I woke up this morning. So, but I'm glad that, all of the seniors plus Bayou is here to handle this as, a group. So, I think it's important for us all to know and remember that this is about kings supporting kings.
Thank you, King. And really, though, I think this might be like a concussion. Like, it might have effects later on. You might want to be careful. You might try, like, Omo gets angry and weird stuff happens. Like, Tony the Tiger sometimes appears. It's a whole thing.
Nondescript tiger.
sorry.
Legally distinct
Sorry.
tiger.
Tony the
Larry the
nondescript
Liger.
tiger.
My bad.
Larry the Liger.
But yeah, no, I think my friend and other seniors here and just residents of Jenkins,
Just say everyone.
everybody,
Jesus.
there's something going on. There's something happening, and I as Kent Vanderbilt am telling you there's a conspiracy. It's not almost saying it, it's me.
Tessa speaks up for the first time. She says, yeah, since when did you two become friends again?
Since I could do this, ha! And do another cantrip of Eldritch Blast in the air.
How long have you known?
It's been like 4 days now,
4 days?
right? How is that accurate?
And you just let us all go to Valiant High without warning us?
Oh, we tried to stop you. We insisted on things not being the way, but Bradley frankly had a flamethrower, and so that was a hard thing to argue against.
I left it in the trunk. Do you want me to bring it back in right now?
No,
or...
definitely not. Definitely not. It is better outside the house.
That's the thing, Kent, is it's a difference between, I don't know, maybe getting in trouble with the law or having to communicate to your college why you snuck into a abandoned high school versus it feels like we almost got really hurt back there, Kent. And you knew all this, and you didn't tell any of us.
We tried to keep you out of harm's way.
What gives you the right?
To protect you?
To call this information classified. You are in no authority over us.
Mm-hmm.
I am your peer.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you let me go there tonight without knowing anything? I'm lucky I didn't go into Valiant High.
Would you believe him if he told you? Or would it have just made you want to go there more? Because it seems like this whole group really likes to get into trouble.
Okay. All right. Great. Sanctimonious Kaya. I love this situation that we've got going on for ourselves.
Bayou stands up when she says that.
Yeah,
when
so
she
Kaya
stands up.
sanctimonious for telling you to stay out of trouble, but somehow you're mad at us because we tried not to tell you what?
Fuck yeah,
I mean,
I'm
you're
mad
not-
at you, Kaya. I'm
Whatever.
mad at all four of you.
Okay, who's
Your
not
thought
mad at
process
us?
literally makes no sense.
Tessa,
Bradley raises his hand, by the way, when you asked.
thank you.
Let
Tessa,
her be mad.
As soon as
She's got a
you-
right to be mad.
Absolutely. I was furious. I'm still mad. And Tessa, I think as you think about it more, the question isn't, why didn't I tell you when I found out 4 days ago? Maybe you should ask the question, why haven't we known? We had to verify it. It was too unreal for us. And every time we're digging, every time we get a little closer, it's just more questions. And frankly, given that now there's been no doubt about you interacting with what we saw, I thought it was best to come clean. And so I told you the moment I could. And I want to make I'll make a persuasion check on that.
And
Let's do
I
it.
just learned I have powers right now.
Get an 8.
You got an 8.
Yeah.
All right. Almost to you, Jen.
Robot.
All right, vamp for me. I don't know why my
right.
Colorado is so cursed.
This is us vamping. 3, 2, 1.
A vamp, 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 vamp,
Why is
vamp,
it that
vamp,
song?
That
vamp,
is
vamp,
literally like
vamp.
where my brain went to as well. I was like,
Oh my gosh, why is it a song?
we are vamping now. We're vamping twins in town.
No, keep going.
It's like every rap begins with "My name is something," and
My one of my comedy friends told me, it's like, why do white people always rap like they're from the 90s? Like
yeah.
that's always like when they're like
I don't
busting a rap.
know.
That's the style that they always go to.
I don't know. I don't understand the obsession with being like, haha, it's a rap about video games. Black people would never rap about video
Oh,
games.
yeah.
That's why it's funny.
Okay,
You're
we're
just
not
like-
going down this path because Katie
You're
May's
right,
going to be
I'm sorry.
upset. But I 100% agree with you. Well, let's do what's going on in each of our characters' minds right now. So, who wants to go first?
We've definitely heard from Ken about that, so I'd love
Okay.
to hear from other folks.
Kaya is just like, this was a disaster. This is a terrible idea. Now we have to deal with these idiots.
Yeah, I think for Omo, very much the same. It was worth the shot to see if someone spoke up or if someone whatever. But at this point, I'm done with them. And I don't want their emotions on me anymore. They make their own
Gross.
choices.
Also, I think Kaya is also like waiting for them to betray somebody, because she's like, I don't trust none of you.
Oh, yeah.
Some of you are going to join the enemy. I just know it.
Yeah. So I'm just like, almost just kind of like waiting it out, picking up on how people react on different things. But like, it doesn't bother him. That's like, oh, you almost got hurt because of blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you make your own choices. I don't really, that's not, that guilt trip doesn't hit him at all. He's more concerned about who has powers and what they're doing with it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
18. You're grown ass.
Yeah.
I think for Ken, it's like really coming off this idea from the finding out that Margot Day, who apparently has the answers, also works for his parents, means to him that the conspiracy is known by those in power. That it's not like, and I think part of that is the spur to like, then why aren't they telling us? Everyone who doesn't know is on one side and everyone who does know is on another. And so I think like with that
Yeah.
realization, like Kent's like, really, I think it really feels like, all right, we got to gather troops. We got to build an army, you know?
Well, and when you think about it, that's kind of how adolescence is anyway.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, theming. Anyway, I think for Bayou, number one, they got that 3 in insight, so natural 1. I think that there are 2 things that are distracting them. Number
Yeah.
1, they are ready to beat the shit out of Tessa because Tessa is bullying Kaya, and Kaya and Bayou were best friends.
Mhm.
And like that's pretty much the reason why Bayou and Tessa had a falling out
It's also
anyway.
like, what are you even upset about? You
Yeah.
went you
bitch.
went to a like a nuclear fallout site.
You know, why didn't
Yeah.
you tell me it was dangerous?
Yeah,
Like,
a nuclear
Have your
fallout
own-
site that was
Well,
heavily guarded.
It's
And what do you?
dangerous, but it's a different type of danger.
Yeah, but it's
a
a different type of danger only because we have powers, though. That's all she knows.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she doesn't know anything else other than
Yeah.
like we have powers and everything else is exactly the same. If anything, it's safer that we have powers.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Kind of worried about the powers. Like,
well,
like, I don't know.
I think too that like learning this knowledge very much represents, and I'm just gonna put a little writer apron on real quick.
Yeah.
I think that learning these powers, especially in this way where it's like very violent and jarring, really kind of encapsulates the Midwestern American experience, where there's not really a big a rite of passage into adulthood. And that learning these things, it's like when I was going into this abandoned school that yes I thought was dangerous, and yes there are guards, and yes it's bad, those were all okay because I was a child.
oh yeah.
But now the danger is real, and I am no longer a child, I am an adult.
The world is big. Yeah.
Yeah, the world is big, and it's so much bigger than I had a handle on, and it's something that I don't understand, and I could die, which is scary because kids don't die.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
One
now
shot.
that there is a very real danger of me dying, that means I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
And that means a lot of responsibility that I'm frankly not ready for. And it's something that was like very much thrust upon her without her consent. Because when you think about it, she didn't have like knowledgeable consent. She didn't have informed consent.
Yeah.
We were hiding something, and thus more mature and in like this weird position of power over her that she did not agree to. But she also can't take that out on like her parents or actual authority figures. So she has to take it out on us.
We're literally, it just happened for her, right? Like
Yeah,
we
for sure.
that just happened. We're just here. Like there's no one else. I think my bigger thing is
Coming out of a chrysalis is always painful and uncomfortable.
everyone was affected but Tessa. I'm like putting in my head.
Oh, yeah, that's
everyone
true.
everyone but Tessa was had passed out in some capacity.
Yeah.
And so we know Chase already is wearing sunglasses. Sunny has burned the seat into has charred the seat already. Like
We don't know if Leroy or Bradley, like our characters don't know definitively if Leroy or Bradley were affected.
Yeah.
However, there could be something going on in Tessa's mind, this sort of point of privilege, where they are saying that this thing that happened to everybody is good, but it didn't happen to me, so it must be bad. Anyway.
Almost gonna put on a movie while we all wait.
Which movie?
What movie?
What movie have you decided to put on?
The Hobbit.
It's gonna be one of the
Hobbit
first
3.
ones in the. I imagine Ken has a book or some type of a iPad app. Probably an iPad app.
it's an iPad that sits in a fake book, actually.
It's gonna be a
Christ, of
movie
course it is.
that it'll probably be
Grimoire.
in the beginning, so it probably starts with a number. So I'm thinking the choices are probably like 27 dresses, 28 days later, 8.5. What's another?
13 going on 30.
13 going
3
on
men
30.
and a little lady.
I think it's
3
spelled
men.
out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There's of course 300, which I said, but yeah.
300, yeah.
300, the second one that no one watched.
Oh yeah.
There's a second one. Oh,
There is a second
Oh
one.
yeah,
I
there
know
is.
that.
Yeah, it's as good as you think it is.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so Oba puts on Mamma Mia 2, and you're all sitting in the movie room. And was there any character conversations that I need to know?
No,
Let me back up.
we just did insights about all of us in terms of how our characters were feeling in that exact moment.
I do think that 2 things distracted by you from being able to do any insight checks. Number 1, they think that Tessa's trying to start a fight with Kaya, so of course they're going to jump in.
I will stop.
And number 2, I think they get a text from Savannah
Interesting.
because they haven't been home in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it's like 36 hours plus now.
Yeah. Do you have an inclination as to what this says, or do you want me to tell you what this says?
You know what? I want you to sit on it. We'll say that my phone vibrated and I didn't answer immediately, and then put it back in my pocket and I can read it later. How's that sound?
That sounds excellent to me. So yeah. Tessa's just like looking around. She's like, okay, the reason I'm mad right now is because you let us wander into danger without knowing what amount of danger that it was. And for that reason, putting us all in harm's way. Can we agree that the four of you made that decision on our behalf?
We definitely let you all go into a scenario knowing full well that there was more danger there than you all were aware of. For sure.
Well,
That I mean, at least the way I look at it, that tracks, right?
I'd say a different flavor of danger, but yeah, we'd let you put a fork in a light socket.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess if you admit to the wrongdoing.
Whoa. I didn't say we were wrong. I just said we let you do it. And that you have a right to be mad.
You won't hear this from me often, like Kent Butson, but I will say when a wrong decision was made.
Yeah, you will when it is.
Thank you. Now knowing, hindsight is 2020, right? Now knowing that this is how you would react. But can you honestly say that before going there, before seeing what you saw, you would have believed
Kent, if
me?
you had maybe done magic in front of me, we could have at least started the conversation.
You know what's crazy? This could have been close-up magic. No one asked. No one checked my wrists. No one did anything like that.
Don't do that. Now you're
but you all immediately believed me, and I'm not saying that you wouldn't have otherwise, but really, if I had led with this, Tessa, would you have given me a fair shake?
It's my information to reject.
Fair. You're right. I fair.
But do we need to really share everything that happens with our bodies to everyone? I mean, come on, right, guys? Like, I feel like we went into a nuclear plant, you know, you did that.
You want to eat some bunch of crunch, or?
I mean, why is that anyone's information other than mine? Like, why do I have to share that with anyone?
I don't know, Omo, if I had dropped a glass in a hallway and you were about to walk down that hallway barefoot and I let you do it anyways, and you required 16 stitches, do I assume any culpability for not warning you that you were about to step on glass?
My existence is not a broken glass.
You are so dense.
I mean, we don't have to name call. Dude, this was going, this is Sparta. It's going on in the back.
Yeah.
In the back.
I choose to believe that it's actually the really uncomfortable sex scene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, and Sunny goes, yeah, I'm good. See you guys later.
Cool.
Hey,
See you later,
Sunny.
Sunny.
bye.
Be in touch.
If
If weird stuff happened, you burned a hole into the back seat of Almost
I was
car.
like, how are you getting
Bill it,
home,
bitch.
Sunny?
No. I don't care. I don't care about that. But you might burn other stuff. So just be mindful of if you're setting stuff on fire.
No,
by
it's
accident.
cool. Chase and I are gonna go figure it out. Talk to you later.
How
How
did
did you
you
And
get
burn
home?
Sunny just kind of throws up a peace sign.
Are they just
and-
walking?
Whoa.
Or are they stealing
is
someone's
Chase
car?
cool, or what's going on?
Chase is not cool. They just found sunglasses. Let him go.
Wait, Chase, you're also dipping?
I mean, Sunny asked, so I'm gonna.
No worries. Hey, if you got any questions, let us know. We'll share our information, of course.
Sure. And Chase turns on his heel and walks out, leaving Brad, Tessa, Leroy in the room with you. I understand where the four of you are coming from, and frankly, I'm not sure that this is anything more than a radiation-fueled daydream, and I'm about to wake up in the hospital.
Sure.
Um,
Can I offer you a beverage to hydrate yourself? And I mage hand over a water bottle and hand it to her.
Don't. Jesus.
It feels like he's rubbing it in at this point.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah,
it
It's
really
real.
Feels like he's like we got to a place.
Like honestly, if she wanted to think it was a daydream,
You know, honestly, you know what it is, Almo? It kind of feels like one of those early 2000 magic movies where it's like, oh, we just discovered magic's real. Now we have to use our entire special effects budget to remind you every 2 or 3 minutes. See, this is the thing that we could have done by just walking over and picking it up and putting it down. But we need those oohs and ahs in the box office, baby.
So you
Hey,
know
guys,
that
I
you're
can
there,
hear-
but at
I
the same
can
time,
hear
we
you.
can't do
I can-
anything really big. We can only like
Yeah.
it's like all wire work or something like that. Like
Can we
we
get
whip.
back to
Sorry.
Yeah. While you all were having this conversation, I think like Tessa was pulled aside, like talking to Libra, like, well, baby, you're not like feeling weird or anything, right? And Libra being like, no, I'm fine. And nothing's the matter with me. And Tessa's like, well, I didn't go in anywhere, so I'm fine. Bradley? And everyone sort of looks over at Bradley, and Bradley's like, I'm sure that if my boy is magic, then I must be as well, because who wants divine providence if you can't do it without your best friend? You
Omar
know.
goes, popcorn now. Give me popcorn.
So I'm sure that if I
Ready.
just like try right now, I've got the magic in me. You
Walk
know?
through walls.
It takes
Someone
a
said
moment to
walk through
figure out
walls.
what your thing is, though.
Yeah.
Maybe try running at a wall. See what happens.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let me just I don't know. And then I'm gonna roll and see how a 9. I think Bradley goes,
Almost. This is like exactly what you went through, right, Kent? I'm like totally fucking with him right now.
It's fair. You know what? I'll be honest. It was under duress where we realized we could do what we could do.
Ooh.
oh yeah, I'm probably just waiting for duress then. You know what? I'm sure this will be fine. My magic is TBD, but I feel the magic like in my heart, so I'm totally on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either way, there's still the fact that there was crystal and not radiation. Like, there's still all of that, regardless of magic, which is hard to ignore. There's still everything else about Valiant High that's, right, weird.
Okay, so you four, given that the 3 of us believe you, which is also a TBD along with Brad's magic, what would the next steps be?
I want to whisper to Bayou. Why do they keep saying TBD?
I don't know, man. It's only a few syllables shorter.
What does it mean? Omo doesn't
To be
know.
determined.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's
Well-
like it means they don't know yet.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I guess we were told that in now 36 hours, or maybe 40 hours, I guess it's only been like, I don't even know how long it's been since we saw Zelda. It was like, must have been earlier that day.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
A week.
Basically in 2 days, you know Zelda Morrison, the lady who has 1 cigarette a day?
That was Zelda Bradbury.
Sorry, Zelda Bradbury. Thank you.
Yeah, I've met Zelda.
Apparently they have answers for us, but we just have to wait a little bit of time.
Okay. Well, this is seeming kind of like a you thing for now. I'm fine, Leroy is fine, and Bradley is fine. I guess it's just how you want us to support you in your journey.
Truly, keep us in the loop. If something happens, if you start feeling weird, if something occurs, Bradley, do you still want that Valiant High banner?
You got the Valiant High banner?
Yeah, and a jukebox. Almost got you a jukebox.
I saw that jukebox in the basement, in the back seat. I'm gonna put it in the high school tonight. It's gonna be so sick.
Nice. Okay, so we also were able to do a prank. That's fun.
Yeah, I'll set it up. I'll get it across the finish line tonight, guys. Don't worry about it.
Now I'm worried about it, bud. I really wish you hadn't said don't worry about it.
I got it. Let the worries cascade off your shoulders.
I have 27 bridesmaids dresses and not a single one to wear to this wedding. Like, that's what's going on in the background. Oh shit.
Kings support kings. If you tell me not to worry about it, gotcha.
All right.
It's starting to feel like king support kings is just a blanket statement now. It can mean
Oh
anything.
yeah, 100%. I don't think either of them know what it means.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So yeah, you see Leroy and Tessa kind of start quietly talking to each other. You can't really hear what they're saying. And Bradley's just kind of like standing there, like ready to be supportive.
I mean, if you guys want, you could, if you want to go home and process this, it's okay. I mean, I was going to talk to you guys about what I saw down that hole that I found Sunny in.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I fill them in on the concentric rings, about the automatons or warforged, as we know them, as like out of character, we know them. But like, yeah, just everything out there.
Oh, this is new information for all of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Omo's writing it on his in his like notepad, his little flip notepad,
Of
but also
course,
like
yes.
the big things he's like writing on his cast.
They're on the
Like,
cast, of
yeah.
course. Yep,
Don't
yep,
you
yep.
have
Try-
crystals in
try.
your cast, don't you?
Do we take
Yeah, we've got all the stuff that we like took with us now. So we've got like,
I'm not taking that out.
I'll take the one crystal I pocketed and I'll like put that out on the table as well. It's like this is definitely not radiation. We know that this is something else. And they were mining this. The people down there, they're like, and I mentioned like how they were like working to do that. And the last thing I mentioned is there is a third ring I couldn't get to.
How do the three of you react to this new information?
You're mining it?
They're mining it. I don't know
So
why.
how'd it get up on the surface?
Maybe that's the thing. It feels like it's growing, or maybe mining is the wrong word. Maybe they're harvesting.
Well, why aren't they harvesting on the surface? They're just garden on the surface.
Maybe it's not pure
Remember
enough?
like that clockwork thing that we saw in the gym?
Oh yeah.
Why wasn't it harvesting?
No, it was though. But then it
guess it
saw us,
was.
right? It
Yeah.
immediately went back to the ones down there were doing the exact same thing, but in a much more like.
Did you talk to any of them down there?
I couldn't. I tried, but I didn't want to. I was invisible and I didn't want to give away my position because the previous one I felt like we got really lucky without him sort of noticing us. And then I tried to walk through a gate and I put my hand in and it really, really hurt. It like my whole body was on fire.
Well, maybe that's why Sunny was burning up the back of the car so fast, is because she was surrounded by all these crystals.
Do you think she'd have an adverse
Bayou
effect?
like subtly like slides the crystal across from like away from Tessa.
Okay.
Still confused as to why the symbol and the connection to your parents. It just seems like it had the opposite effect that it should.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that with them too, in case this thing with the. Oh man, we should have warned.
Oh, we gotta warn them about. We really should warn. We can text them. We should text them before they get too far away from the estate.
Elmo, can you text Chase?
Yeah,
Elmo has a pager.
I don't have a
No,
pager.
here's my
it's just
phone.
funnier.
No.
I just slaps.
Instantly says yes and then says no. Yeah. So, yeah, almost trying to put it together like, okay, all this weird stuff going up, and he gets distracted trying to think of like, okay, is it growing up and they're harvesting what's going up and trying to get it back down? And then thinking about like those metal guys and whatever and how the system works. And then he puts two and two together that's like, wait, the same guards that Kent's parents hired are the same ones who know what's going on in there. And I think he says that out loud. Okay, hear me out. Those security guards know what's happening. Like, there's no way that they're there and they're just like missing
Of
out on this
course.
stuff happening. So like
Right.
they
They're
completely
magic.
know. Your parents know this.
Yeah, but why'd
Are
they
your
attack?
parents magic?
Why'd they attack Kaya when she had Kent's birthmark? Isn't it a family birthmark?
I don't know. I don't. Katie may have. Is it a family birthmark? No,
Oh,
it's
Kent
yeah,
had been saying it was since we were in grade school.
I think that like maybe they like told you that like an ancestor had it or something.
Sure. Yeah,
Is it
Because
not
it
a
is so
family-
particular looking that they like probably brushed it off and then you
Right.
just sort of like clung to that.
oh,
Well,
it's just
then
like a
that just
recessive
means-
gene or something. Yeah,
That just means that they don't have it.
but that doesn't negate them knowing about the gems or the magic or them. If they're
What I'm
magic, they've been
saying-
hiding it for so long.
Well, what I'm saying is, why would they hire people who are pretty much instructed to kill somebody who has that mark on Striped if their son has that mark?
I just thought it was a birthmark. I really just thought it was a weird thing.
Well, that
as a-
guard was willing to kill Kaya over it.
that and that woman or assassin or whatever. Also, it stopped.
Assassin.
Oh,
Tessa, some kids got killed. Watch your back.
no. Did anyone
Sorry,
actually die?
one
No,
kid got killed.
One kid got killed.
Were they kids?
Well, they were I guess
They were all
not.
19. No
Guess they're-
children die on indoor. I can't make that promise. No unnamed children will die.
No
on
unnamed
my-
children die on screen.
On screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a woman coming after us, wanted to kill us. Kent stopped her. Apparently, Kent, show her your thing.
What the? I make the packed weapon.
No, not that. The other one. Oh, well, actually, it's on your.
No, because I think when I make it, my birthmark
Birthmark
also
goes to it,
lights
yeah.
up. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think like you see.
Yeah, see this, and then she just decided not to kill us.
Okay, so I've seen a lot of magic from Kent specifically. Are you telling me that all four of you have something like this?
I have to go to the
No.
bathroom. I put on Clue and I walk out the door.
And with you walking out the door to go to the bathroom, I think that's where we will bring all of us to break, and we will come back afterwards to see if you can win over Tessa as an ally and what you do with the remainder of your evening.
I'm searching Kent's estate while I made up the excuse. about going
Oh
to the
my
bathroom. Yeah, that's what I
God.
wanna do.
Okay.
Ken's name has come up like 20 times and his parents are now connected. Like I'm walking around his house.
Oh,
Right.
don't forget, you get advantage on checks for
Oh, yeah.
investigating.
Do.
And I'm putting on
Yeah.
Clue in the
Kent's
background.
house.
Let's see if anyone puts that one together. That's my nod to Bayou. See if let Bayou know what I'm doing right now. See
Oh,
if they
that's
get
so
it.
brilliant.
Heck
All
yeah.
right. Well, we'll come after
Nice.
break and we will see how your investigation goes.
Cool. Bye.
See you guys soon. Still fun?
Still fun.
Question mark.
5, 4, 3, 2, love and support, love and supporting each other. Hi,
nice.
welcome back.
I had to see what Masood said before I took a drink because I was like, this is going to go all over the camera if he says something fucking absurd when I'm drinking this.
Mhm.
Anyway, what are we doing?
Hello, welcome. This is this is Gamers for Christ. We're
Get out of here. I was going to give you some breath for a bit, but not that one.
no, not that one. All right, listen, you gotta remember. I woke up in Nebraska today.
Yeah.
There's
And
gonna
now-
be
That
an
was
inherent
your
struggle.
choice.
It was, but also my burden to bear. You
Mhm.
know,
Yours alone.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't have
out
to
of this
make it
group,
everybody's problem.
now it is. Welcome back, everyone. We now pick up in the large, untrodden mansion of the Vanderbilts as dearest player begins the crawl throughout the mansion. What awaits, we must find out. Omo, you are scanning, searching through the hallway.
This is Omo's inner voice. This is what he
yeah.
hears.
Yeah, this is what he imagines, you know, the stakes that he's taking with him. What I want to know from you is your strategy of the search.
So I think he would go to, because it's business. He wants to find like their like home offices, and probably his excuse is going to the bathroom near it. So he's kind of like taking the long way, trying to figure out if anyone's in the house, and taking the long way to the offices and scoping it out first before he goes in.
All right, let's go ahead and ask the first question, which are you trying to be stealthy? And if so, please give me a stealth check. Or are you walking around like you belong and you don't worry, in which case you will forgo the stealth check. Secondly, let's go ahead and get an investigation as you begin the hunt.
Yeah,
You still remember the home? Is it like?
Yeah, I think I know where like things kind of are, but I wouldn't be if it doesn't interest me. I can't imagine Omo ever going in there. Like
No.
he's like, who cares about documents? Who cares about papers and old books and whiskey? Like, who cares?
Right.
So I guess I am being stealthy, but prepared to be friendly about it if I get caught. So I guess
Okay,
I'll roll that
sounds good.
stealth. So let's do that. 12.
Ooh, a 12 stealth. Good to know. I'm going to tuck that into my little pocket, and let's get the investigation roll going as well.
Investigation. Roll.
All right.
20.
A 4.
A 20.
Oh no, but you get
Advantage. Gets advantage.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
That's really coming in clutch here.
Yeah.
The difference between a 4 and a 20.
Hmm.
Wow. Oh my god. So I think this 20, this advantage means you know where to go, right? You know that there are 2 things in this estate: the Vanderbilt's office and the room where the Vanderbilts actually get their work done.
Ooh.
And they are 2 separate places. If people are going to come and do a meeting, the Vanderbilts are going to lead them into this office, right? This room where the Vanderbilts get their work done. And I think they've done this a lot of the times throughout the mansion, and they've kind of like gamified it for Kent, right? They're like, they always like told Kent that, they wanted his young life to feel like his own like fantasy, his own mystery, right? And so this mansion is very full of like secret tunnels and like, weird ways to get around the house. Like there's like a Kent hangout zone that is probably still like 13 years aged in the attic where where like just like there's like a tiny little TV
There's
and
like
a
a
little,
twisty slide.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
slide. A whole twisty slide in your attic. I was thinking like a little Hungry Hippos game, but you're telling me there was a twisty slide in your attic?
Katie May, clearly you don't know how the rich exists. Wait until you get
Okay.
to rich talk, and then we'll rebuild.
Rich talk.
Kent's-
Okay, great.
Yeah.
My TikTok algorithm is trying to get me into miniature houses, and I'm trying to tell
You're
it
going
now.
the opposite way. You got
I
unless
need to go in the
they're
opposite
very
direction,
expensive.
okay.
Yeah.
And so I think that like there are several bookshelves in this house that are doors.
Oh.
Just for the fun of it is what they say. Why wouldn't you do this if you could? And so I think that at the end of the hallway by the master bedroom of the Vanderbilt estate, there is a double wide bookshelf that you can press down a specific novel on. Kent, what is that novel?
Oh, it's A Tale of Two Cities.
A Tale of Two Cities, and you can open the door.
Cool.
And that's the room where the Vanderbilts get their work done.
What's the other room? The other room is their office.
Yeah, they're public-facing offices. When they take home visits.
So which one feels more like I shouldn't be in it? Like
The room where they don't let, like, Kent was never allowed to go into the room where they got work done.
that's
right?
the room I'm going to right now.
Okay, cool. So, since you have that 20, since you know that, I'm gonna give you that knowledge, right? You know that it's the bookshelf on the door, Tale of Two Cities. You pull it, you're in. Um, as we open this door, I think I'm actually going to pass this to Masood, my dear friend. I have some thoughts about what like your parents' control center looks like
Ooh.
as both like the owners of the television stations of Jenkins and the owners of the print at Jenkins, and on top of all of their other business dealings, I'm sure that they own a few houses in Brightwood Grove and all that different kind of stuff. What does this hub look like? I think Kent got a view of it once when he was like 12, and then they kicked him right back out again.
I think it's so clean. And like clean not only as like obviously like no dust, but also like clean as in like there are no knickknacks, there's no clutter, there's nothing that's sort of like there. All that sits is like a single computer at a desk with a solitary table. Like, oh, well, I'd rather say maybe two computers because maybe they come in here to work with each other, but like two computers, two desks, and that's it.
All right. So you step into this eerily clean room. There's one bookshelf on the back wall that is filled with color-coded novels. Just all of these different, very hard to read, like theorem books, very complicated. And then these two desks that are pushed together, two very elegant looking desk chairs on either side.
Herman Miller's 1,000%.
Yep, facing each other. And, a single nice chandelier hanging above them.
Is Meow Meow with me?
Meow Meow is with you.
Cool. I'm gonna have Meow Meow at the ready.
Okay.
And so like he's kind of like in. I put him on like my shoulder or whatever. So is there anything out on these desks that I can like rummage through? Are the computers on? Because like God, if the information's on a computer, Omo is screwed.
Yeah, I think you start looking onto the papers. You did this 20 investigation, and I'm going to hold it generally for the scene. But as you investigate each specific thing, I'm going to go ahead and ask for additional rolls. So go ahead and give me just a desk roll of investigation.
Cool. Rolling for the desk.
With advantage.
6.
Okay. You see that the desk, you can see in the paper shredder, there is a bunch of recently like shredded info.
Oh, awesome.
There are like three empty manila folders sitting.
Empty manila folders sitting?
Yeah, right by the shredder.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to take the stuff in the shredder, put it inside my pocket, and then I'm also going to like take some random sheets of paper and run them through the shredder. So I know that's going to make some noise, but I can't have them knowing. But I'll do it like right before I leave. Like,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll run the shredder right before you leave.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you can now add to your inventory shreddings. I will remember this.
Shredding?
Yeah, Omo, like Cloud9. Like, he found shredded documents. He didn't even care what it means. Like, he didn't even care. Like, when's the last, like, it's got to be a clue. Like, there's no way that shredded pieces of paper are not a clue. Like,
yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you've got these shredded papers on the desk, and then your enemy, the computer, is just sitting there.
I look at the computer.
You look at both computers. They each have different desktop backgrounds. You see the one on Kent's dad's computer
is a photo of the three of them standing at the edge of the golf course on the cliff, with Kent standing in the middle between the two of them, and the sun's kind of like setting in front of them, so it just kind of looks like the three of their silhouettes. And that's his background. And then you can see Kent's mother's background is a younger photo of her as a keynote speaker at a young businesswoman summit.
A chance reminder, it's Benjamin and Marta.
Benjamin and Marta, yes.
Yeah.
I sit down at Kent's mom's computer, and just kind of like pull up and do this with my fingers, even though they don't crack. And apparently
that was the Foley, don't worry about it.
Okay,
Is that a duck?
apparently I crack my fingers like Donald Duck. And what I want to do is like, can I get in, or is it password? Is it like login?
Yes, there is a password.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
So I like look around, and I'm kind of like spinning in the chair just like a little bit. And I'm trying to look for something that like might be that might remind her of her password on the wall behind her husband. So like I'm just kind of like looking around. Is there anything that would kind of like pop out, or you can just tell me stuff? Do you have a password in your mind?
I'll make it now.
Okay.
Let's do this fair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if it's fair. I mean, it's literally a password.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean,
how is a character having a password?
Cool. I mean, it's an
imaginary dungeon master.
I'll just generate one right now.
It's an imaginary word from an imaginary character. I don't know how fair this can be.
Yeah. Okay. I have it. I have it written. I have shown it to my partner.
What's up?
This is the password. Please do not say it out loud.
They said, "What's up?"
And so they can confirm, honey, just remember this card. That's all. And
It just says password 123.
I'm sorry, let me just make sure it's right.
And so now with it written, you may begin your investigation. How are you looking for evidence?
I'm looking at the wall behind, trying to get in like, trying to use a power that maybe Omo doesn't use very often in everyday life, and that is empathy. Trying to get in that space. Meow Meow's running back and forth on his shoulder, and he opens his eyes quickly as if he is Kent's mom, and looks around and thinks he knows based on what he sees around him.
Are there any latent magical skills that you believe Omo has that could aid you in this attempt? I'm trying to look. Does Omo have magic?
Omo has no magic.
Omo has nothing.
Omo only has anger. That's the only thing we gave him. Like
Carl has the wild magic, but
I mean, we're close to leveling up soon. Who knows? Maybe something might happen.
Speaking of, go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Just roll for me real quick.
Okay.
As you're trying to channel this.
I do have something on Arcana, right? I could detect magic. I have danger.
Yeah,
sense.
you have a magic awareness.
Yeah.
14? 15?
15. Okay, go ahead and give me a roll on your wild surge table.
Oh, okay. Can I do that without my token here?
I can always drop your token here.
Yeah.
Hello, it's my gift.
Hello.
Hey, bud.
Magic infuses one weapon of your choice that you are holding. Until your rage ends, the weapon's damage type changes to force, and it gains the light and thrown properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. If the weapon leaves your hand, the weapon reappears in your hand at the end of the current turn.
It's like Mjolnir. You could like throw the hammer and it'll just like come back to you.
Actually, his magic awareness is pretty good for this. If it's magical in nature, if there's like any magic here, but if it's not, then it's not.
Yeah, that would have to be if Oma was specifically looking for magic. Oma, however, at this point is looking for a computer password. And right now, there are a few of your abilities that I feel could maybe help you here. This was not one of them. And I think that I think you sort of feel that God, I almost said the word primal. No thanks, Dungeons and Dragons. I think there is that sort of like innate bubbling of anger and like your frustration that this is a hurdle in the way immediately. And you can kind of feel that magic in your bones, but you are, because everyone knows magic comes from the bones, but you're able to sort of like press that down and let it go. I think you're looking around. I think that you are able to surmise that this password is going to be about Marta's priorities. You just have to figure out what those are.
Marta's priorities.
Try Kent. See if it's Kent.
I want to hit the little question mark bubble.
If it's not, is Kent gonna be sad?
Ken won't know, but his heart will break like 4 rooms away.
I want to hit the little question mark bubble that gives you a hint for your password.
One word. Together.
Together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He types in. He's like freaking hates keyboard, so it's like one finger at a time. FAMILY. Family. Enter.
Well, 2 entries remaining.
Fuck. I pop out of the chair like all nervous. Okay, here we go. I go right in. I sit right back down again. Capital F. No, I'm joking. I don't think you wouldn't do that, right? Like you don't care.
There was no exclamation mark at the end.
Okay. What do I see in front of me?
Oh, in the incorrect, it says reminder: password must include a number.
Fuck. Are you kidding me? Okay. What's in front of me? Is there any clues in front of me that would?
Plain, sterile desks.
Okay.
It's a clean room for this exact reason.
Okay, and it is what's most important to her? Say that again.
It's her priorities.
Her priorities.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's family with a 1 instead of an I?
Wait, did it really say it has a number? Do I really have to include a number?
Mm-hmm.
He really doesn't. He really thinks he's right on this family thing, though. Like he really thinks he's right on it. I'm gonna put God, family forever with a 4.
Family forever with a 4.
Enter.
Well, Mom. Incorrect. 1 entry remaining.
Fuck. Pulls the chair back, goes to the other side. Squiggles the mouse around on the dad's chair on the dad's computer and writes "Kings supporting kings." Enter.
Oh my God! Yeah, no. Kings supporting kings. Enter. Blah. 2 entries remaining.
Okay. He's just getting more and more upset. This is now his wheelhouse of just like anger. Fuck. Okay. What do I see on this side now? What do I see?
All right. Yeah, so you're back in here. You're looking at Dad's screensaver. It's the 3 of them sort of silhouette, beautifully taken. Obviously, photographer has taken this, and this is well shot. Kent maybe 10-ish. And if you press the little question mark, right, because it pops up after the first incorrect, it says reminder, password must include a number. Password hint. Why?
Why?
As in the word or the letter?
WHY.
What do I see in front of me? What does Mr. Vanderbilt see when he's sitting in this chair?
His beautiful wife right across from him. Their desks are pushed next together for a reason.
Oh, okay. Think. Homo, you can do this. You have it. You know what this is. I'm like now talking to Meow Meow. You know what this is. You can do it. For a second, he thinks about putting Meow Meow on the keyboard. He's seen it in movies. It's probably not going to work. Puts him back on his shoulder. Okay. Why? I'm Mr. Vanderbilt. I talk like this. Someone wrote together forever. I want to go back to her computer.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so hard, guys. Will something bad happens if the computer gets locked?
Most definitely. It's a clean room with nothing. It's nothing but traps in there, man. Nothing but traps in there. For sure.
Oh, you think I shouldn't do that? Okay. Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you want us to go see what's happening in
Yeah,
the
go
computer
see
room
what's
to give
happening
you
in there.
some
Go
moments
see,
of panic?
Go see, yeah, because
All right.
I'm going over to the bookshelf. I'm trying to like find something in here.
How long has Omo been gone?
Yeah, I think it's been
noticed?
10 minutes. We come back. Tessa's continued to ask questions about what you all have experienced. She's been kind of grilling the three of you.
Bayou
thing
is
she
open
asked
and
was,
honest
like-
about anything.
I think the last thing she was asking was also like, what else? If everyone's seen what Kent can do, what else can the rest of us do? I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think Bayou and Kaya, are you both forthright about your powers as well?
I think Bayou is still confused about what their powers are. Mostly because their powers involve seeing whenever Kent's invisible, seeing whenever Kaya's invisible, and talking to spiders. And all three of those are kind of embarrassing when it comes to the power department. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't really, animals like me, I guess. That's it.
Your superpower is animals liking you?
I'm sorry, what was yours?
I didn't go into the cursed old high school, so I don't have any.
Oh.
Let's also talk about the fact that I don't particularly want any either.
Oh my God.
I mean, it is pretty cool though. I'll be honest.
It's pretty cool, Tessa. I mean, you've got to admit. I mean, look at Kent. Kent is practically radiant with just powerful magic energy at this
Do
point.
you want some popcorn? And then I'm gonna like teleport over to the popcorn and then teleport back. How about something like and like do it again? Yeah.
I think at some point Kaya's gonna kind of step out into the hallway and just kind of look around and see if Omo's around. And to get away
Almost save me
she
from
fucking hates
this.
Tessa.
Yeah, you pop out to take a look and you see no sight of Omo.
Was for that. Omo. She'll like quietly go back inside and just kind of shoot by you a look like, I don't know where he is, and I'm kind of worried.
It would be the person to take with you to hack and to like try to break into the computer though. That would have been.
All right, so if this is all the truth, what are we doing next here? We're waiting 40 hours for, Zelda, the lady who lives by the fountain, to talk to us?
Yes, the one who has a cigarette a day. Yes.
And fucks.
Okay. And why aren't we like, I don't know, doing something like going right to the mayor?
Would you like to go
I didn't
right
know
to
the
the
mayor's
mayor?
signing on it.
I don't know, feels not a terrible idea to involve some amount of authority. As much as valedictorian is the authority in the room, I think it might be good to go one step up.
Frankly, Tessa, just to be honest, the concern is that the authority knows that the mayor is aware that that everyone is essentially gaslighting us.
It's an inside job, Tessa, obviously, and it's up to the 5 of us who wield magical powers to prevent the end of humanity.
I don't know if it's that far, bud, but great enthusiasm. Thank you, King Support Kings.
I mean, it kind of feels like you don't need to be valedictorian to put that together, but I guess in your case, you kind of do.
Well, this has been super fun. I guess we're gonna sleep on it and then kind of get back to you. But you know, I love this for the 4 of you, the 5 of you. Sorry, Brad. Leroy and I are gonna go sleep this off. That cool with everyone?
Totally. But seriously, Leroy, be mindful. I did not expect to be able to do what I could do, but lo and behold, now I can. So just be mindful.
Okay, buddy. I will do exactly that.
Cool. And obviously, you should probably drop out of the race because your body's going to be going through some changes. So it's probably smart.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great point. This might all be an elaborate prank for you to try and wrest from Kingdom from my partner. So, love that. I'm going to go. Goodbye, you 4. And Tessa kind of stands up,
bye, bitch.
Roy up, and they kind of just quietly leave.
After they're gone, I'm just like, so how long do you think it'll be before Tessa tells everybody?
I don't think Tessa will tell anyone because Tessa has credibility. The moment Tessa spouts this, either the people who do know will discredit her, or no one is going to credit her in the first place.
Or she'll join the side of the enemy. 3 possibilities.
Well, I mean, when you really think about it, and this is just me throwing stuff out there, kind of feels like that assassin lady will take care of that problem for us since she likes Kent and Kent doesn't like Tessa. So
I never said I don't like Tessa.
all right.
She doesn't like Kent. She just was hesitant.
Wouldn't
about
kill
killing
him, right? I mean, when the
She looks
scale
more
is
confused.
kill or don't kill, kind of feels like don't kill is more positive.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say like. And that doesn't mean that she'll go assassinating people on his behalf.
Well, yeah, that's true, but she's not gonna save Tessa on his behalf.
No, that's true. But Tessa, well, we don't know if she's magic. I mean, she didn't go in.
Yeah, a lot of good magic did the 4 of us.
Well, we also don't know how it manifests because Bradley, you haven't really noticed anything yet either, right?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like, it's like right there.
was
It's kind of
there.
like in the back of my throat, like kind of like in my nose nasal area. So I'm like pretty sure I'm also there. It's just like it's still developing.
It might happen. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast right over his head. I'm going to aim like right above his head and like see like a William Tell situation if he'll like react and something will occur. Yeah.
I think Bayou is like I don't know, wrist deep into like a thing of like Thin Mints or something.
Yeah.
Like some kind of like snack here before they like look around the room and has Omo been gone a while or
Yeah.
Hold on, before we go to Omo, I want to resolve this sneak attack on Bradley.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So go ahead and roll an attack for me.
Thank you. It's definitely non-lethal damage. I want
No,
that
I know.
to be...
This is not whether like what is a success, right?
Yeah.
Our definition of success here is that it gets close enough to Brad to trigger a panic and maybe bring out his latent power.
21.
A 21's pretty dang high. So I think what happens is let me look. I think so. You shoot this Eldritch Blast out. And remind me, what do your Eldritch Blasts look like?
I actually don't think we've ever talked about them. I think I've always described them as kind of like fireballs, but I think like they're forced, so there's not actually any heat on them. They just look like fire. It's almost like it's a ghost flame.
Okay, cool. So I think like they're like Bradley like ducks, just like the shit is scared out of him. Bradley's like, whoa, and like holds his hands out, right? In this like brief moment of panic as he ducks his head. He's like, chill. And at that point, I am going to oh shit. How many hit points do you have, Kent?
I have 18. I have literally 18.
All right. You immediately fall unconscious.
What just
You hear Bradley shout, chill! And Bradley's eyes kind of glow like this purple as Bradley like throws his hands out, and you just see like Kent just go to sleep. Just
What?
fall down on the ground and just
What did you just do?
oh my god, Kent!
Cool.
And like Bradley says, oh my god, he knows that I didn't do it on purpose, right? He knows.
Can we tell that he's asleep and not just
No, I'm unconscious. I'm technically should be making death saves. I don't know.
Is he okay? What did we see when Bradley
Killjoy,
said that?
no.
There's just like a purple flare to the eyes.
Uh-huh.
And then like this this sort of brief pulse, this energetic pulse out from his fingertips, and you just saw
Interesting.
Kent's just body just kind of go like slump.
So his body fell down. Did it look like it damaged him? Did it look like he just fell asleep? Did it
Yeah, it looks
push
like
anything over?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Man, okay.
Well, let's make you play the game.
Oh, it's good. 18.
18. You are able to identify that Bradley has cast the sleep spell.
Oh, so he's just like fallen asleep. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
Like I can identify essentially that this is some manner of
Yep.
magical thing. I think that Bayou like pushes Kent with their toe for a minute and it's just like, you figure this out. I'm gonna go check on Omo.
Seems like a pretty high priority right now. My friend could be dying.
He doesn't sound like he's dying. He is
I'm
drooling.
a very powerful magician. My friend could be dying right now.
Dead
We don't
people
know what
don't drool.
Oh my
He's got
God.
a snot bubble. Come on,
Please, Mr. Stanford, I'll be there in the morning.
Mr. Stanford.
All right, fine. I'll work with this. Ken wouldn't want you to see him like this anyways.
Yeah.
Get out.
Fix your part.
And Bradley kind of like shoves both of you out of the media room.
All right, looks like we're looking for Omo. Kaya, what's our excuse for being in this house in case we run into somebody who lives here?
It invited us. There you go.
Nice. They just like quietly high five.
Start walking afterwards. Yeah.
All right.
All right, we cut back to in front of the computers. I believe right now, Omo, you are sitting back in front of Marta's. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think I'm pacing around.
Okay, you're pacing back and forth in
Yeah.
the room.
Stupid fucking computer. Why does it gotta be a computer? File folders, you open up, you look at them. Keeping files on little data things. Who cares about that? That's so stupid. Everyone's dumb. Fuck. He's just getting more and more angry. I want to like this is a long shot. A total long shot. But it's also in a movie. So Omo would try it.
I'm listening.
I want to look at the keyboard to see what the most like pressed whatever would be, because you have to constantly be putting this in all the time. This is in every whatever keypad
All right,
movie.
investigation check.
Here we go.
It's a big 19.
19.
Big 19.
All right. And whose computer are you doing this on?
Oh, are they different passwords or are they one password?
They're both different passwords.
Oh, okay. The Kent's dad then.
Okay, so you're doing this on Kent's dad's computer. You can't tell which of the numbers it is, unfortunately. But, and I'm drawing this out on the
BTT.
Yes.
One of the great features of Roll20 is the draw function on the virtual tabletop. Repo. Repoc.
Those are the letters that you can find
R-E-P.
that are used.
O-C.
P.
P
Yep.
is like twice as used.
Rep OCP.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be there twice. You're right.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait,
what?
is that an O or a C?
Was it a C or an O?
It was an O. Who did that?
Oh.
It was literally Carlos.
No, I literally have a pen in my hand.
I don't believe you.
I swear to God. I didn't
It came out. I
Also,
said
Katie
POC
May,
the moment I saw it.
detective-wise, look at whose colors are on the bottom of the screen. It was green. It was a green color. Carlos is obviously red. TK
Alright,
is
you
green.
Dark.
All right, so
Okay, so Repoc.
Mhm.
as we go through every letter.
Can this
possible.
be a group for Carlos, even though it's not a group for Omo?
I can't answer. Katie May. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that I'm gonna give Carlos a few seconds to succeed on his own if he would like.
He has a number
But
two,
at
though?
any point you would like to say this is the point when Kaya and Bayou come in, you can take that.
Where's the number? Is there a number in there? Did you say there was a number?
There was not a number.
Oh, gasp.
The number is yet unrevealed.
But there could be also other letters, too, right? Or no?
Sure.
No? You can tell me
I'm
no.
gonna say for this 19, you're pretty sure that this would be it.
Oh,
sure.
okay.
I don't want to make your life harder.
I mean, it's pretty hard.
But Carlos, you are officially the one in charge of introducing Kaya and
yeah, I'll
Bayou
have them
into the
come in
scene.
right now.
Okay, cool.
This is the moment where it's too hard.
Then, all right. So,
Hey,
my
if a
moment.
room full of monkeys at typewriters could figure this out eventually,
All right,
you
you
can
don't
get
have to
it.
say monkeys. I don't know if I like
Come
that.
That's the thing.
Carlos,
do you like how high
in.
Masood's voice got there? Yeah, no. So it's at this point that how do you both discover the bookcase that leads you into this forbidden office?
Omo didn't close any of the doors.
Damn it, Omo.
That makes sense.
Why would I close the
office
door?
Office, like honestly, we're just like, oh, he's going to the bathroom, and then the office is on the way to the bathroom. We look
Oh,
in,
and then, yeah, you just
and
see
there's
it's
just
open.
an open,
And like a clearly like panicked looking Omo just standing
Yeah.
over two computers.
just like
Oh,
slamming.
Fuck.
What are
his
you
whole
doing?
hand on a
You are
keyboard.
making too much noise. What's
Listen.
going on in here?
This is their like study. This is like their work thing. If we're gonna find any
okay,
clues,
okay,
obviously you guys got my clue right on. I high-fived them. They have no
Alright.
idea that I played Clue, and that's what like. Obviously, you guys are freaking connected. Awesome. Listen, we gotta get into these
Nice.
computers right
Yeah.
now, and I
Well,
fill
first-
them in.
You gotta take the caps lock off the keyboard. Like you can't be putting in passwords.
What
with
does this
caps
even
lock on.
mean?
That means it's never mind. Don't worry about it. What is this scribble?
like a
What's
hat
these
thing.
scribbles? Is this
Uh,
Hangman? Are you playing Hangman?
No,
right
I'm
now?
trying to figure out these freaking words.
Can
All right,
I do
what-
an investigation check?
Yeah. What do we got?
Or like, what do we roll for this?
Yeah.
Or are we
Yeah.
just trying to figure out the word?
Can I assist somebody's investigation to give them advantage?
Of course. So
Thank you.
you have the letters that are available to Carlos as well. The hint on Marta's computer is priorities.
priorities. Oh, it's not together?
And the hint on Kent's dad's computer is together.
Wait, I thought it was Y.
Why? Sorry. Yes.
What's together?
What? Why did I say the word together? Sorry, I was in Nebraska this morning.
No, it's fine. I have in the notes that he was able to use his investigation to figure out it was about her priorities, but that the hint itself was
together. Yes, you're right. That's what it was. Thank you.
No problem.
And so that is the information that Omo is able to fill you in on. If you are both doing investigation checks,
it's a palindrome. That's cool.
I need to hear what specifically you are seeking to investigate in this office.
I'm so confused. I would see, or do we know, like, are these the only letters that he was able to find? Which computer were the letters on again? The dad's computer?
That was the dad's, yeah.
Okay.
This is like a Post-it note that just had a bunch of letters in it.
Yeah.
No. So what
I think
Omo did was look at the most worn letters on the keyboard.
Makes sense. So this is the dad's computer then.
Yeah, those are the 5 most worn letters on the.
Why?
And there are a wall of books. You said, right?
Yep.
Okay, Kaya's gonna go investigate over there and see if she can figure anything out.
Okay.
There.
All right. And then Bayou, what are you up to?
Bayou will assist Kaya.
Very cool. So you're gonna get to go ahead and roll with advantage, Kaya.
And 12.
A 12. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the themes of each, like, of all the genres of books that are here.
Okay.
And that's what I'm gonna give you with a 12. So, there are of course a lot of books on media philosophy. There is a weird amount of books on the concept of dimensions, dimensionality, universes, alternate universes. There's a lot of books on that. You see, there are some very, very chunky science books, chemistry books about, honestly, it's hard to even distill what it is. I'm just going to call it like chemistry as being this category. You're going to require higher knowledge of chem to figure out exactly what all of that stuff means. So you have media philosophy, dimensions, chemistry, and then you just have a ton of books on the art of war and ruling. So those are the 4 main categories: media philosophy, dimensions and universes, chemistry, and the art of war and ruling.
None of this is helpful. Okay, how many chances or tries have you done, Omo?
I have done 2 on this one, 1 on this one.
And how many are left?
1 on that one, 2 on this one.
Okay, let's give up on the 1 because we don't want to set any alarms off.
Ooh, but what if we really know it? Like, what if we are very sure?
You don't look sure to me, Omo.
I'm not.
And
I
don't
really
want us
not.
getting stuck in here.
Stuck in here?
Yeah. Think about it. This place could be a trap. They could lock the doors or something. Or it could just set off an alarm and his parents come home. They could just get a notification or something.
Okay. That's right.
All right.
Okay.
What does Repoc mean?
These seem to be the letters that he's pressing all the time.
Prep.
And be like,
Poc.
pre-cop, creepo.
All right, so
creepo could be one.
What? That doesn't make sense. Are we sure it's like an English word and not just a jumble of letters? Or
It could just be random letters too.
Don't
If it was smart,
introduce
it'd be
that.
random logos.
Don't introduce that. There's also a number involved too.
Oh, well, that just makes it worse.
Okay, so, and did Omo already tell us what the what the hint was? Does
Yes.
Omo tell us everything he knows?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So we know it's why. So why what? Why this is hidden? Why he does what he does? What's the motivation behind what he's doing? Is that what we can assume? And since this place is private, can we assume it has something to do with his creepy empire and lies and secrets?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, hear me out. I thought it was going to be something about family, something nice, but then I thought, oh, well, what if he really is just like into money or like land or power? But like,
I'm guessing at least power, just judging by the books that he collects in here.
yeah,
It just all kind of rubs me the wrong way.
power.
Are there any books that have like a bookmark in them? Like he doesn't use like thumbprints or fingerprints or anything on these things. It seems very low tech for everything. Maybe they actually read these books.
Yeah, you can go over and open one of them up. Most, if not all, of these books have highlight and a very feminine handwriting, just taking compulsive notes on all of these subjects.
Okay, so these feel like maybe Marta's notes, not to discriminate or anything. That doesn't really give us any keys on him. What is he like? Omo.
What? I don't know.
What, like, what's important to him?
They like showing off.
So, like, reputation?
Yeah, their rep's pretty big. Owning stuff is really important to them.
I don't know. How much longer can we keep this up just in general?
Before Kent
without-
just,
yeah,
like,
just
where the
before
hell did
we
they
need
go?
to like honestly switch scenes.
Yeah, I was gonna let you guys come to your call to action.
Yeah,
Where do you
let's
land?
be honest. 3 nerds sitting
Yeah.
here trying to play Scrabble for an hour and a half is not going to make
Just
a good
try-
episode.
Did you try anything? What I miss?
Haven't
No,
tried anything.
I was. What is the call to action look like here?
Do you just get Kent? Like what is the call?
How about I'm just going to take a picture of the letters that Omo wrote down on his phone. We can
Yeah.
always come back later.
This computer will
Ponder
always
this for
be
a
here,
while.
right? It's not like they're going to just install a different bookcase.
I mean, they could, but
Well,
maybe
yeah,
they
but it's
figured out that
still,
someone was in here.
yeah.
There aren't any cameras around that we can tell. Are there?
Roll
my God, it's just
an investigation
Two
check.
huge, like, it's a whole stream setup in the corner. So I'm going to assist with that, investigate for cameras.
19.
19.
All right, Kaya,
Ah, shit.
top of the bookshelf, end of the hallway. You are being recorded in 2 separate places.
Omo,
Neat.
did you check for cameras before you came in here?
Why I don't want to videotape everything I do for the TikToks and the Instagrams. Pay attention. We're trying to get
Okay.
into these computers.
Well, that's
Let's-
going to be a problem because we're being taped right now.
Yeah.
I point out both of those cameras. Maybe we should get.
I hate you. God, I
Maybe we
hate
should
you.
go get Kent's help. Maybe he knows where they like keep the tapes or where they record this or something. But yeah, they know we're in here.
Not yet, though. Right?
Well, we don't know if
Know
it goes
that.
to their phone or whatever, but safe to say we should leave.
Yes.
We gotta
That's
try
fine.
one. We gotta try one. We're already here. Who cares? Let's just try
Try
one.
one more on
Cares?
the dad's side since you only
Fine.
have 2 more left. What are
Fine.
you gonna try?
Get it as close to a word as you can.
Well, wait, what do you guys think?
I don't know. It could literally just be random letters. If he was smart, he would make them random letters.
Yeah. It's
This
actually
is-
weird that there's
What
no
is
special
cat
Players,
characters or
I will
anything.
tell you that this is a word, a full word that you can make with those available letters.
I'm sure
Just
it
to
is, but we were
assuage any
really
fears.
dumb.
Just to give you that DM's guarantee. I'm not gonna be like, you didn't capitalize it. Eat my whole ass.
All right, but if I pull up the Scrabble dictionary right
well,
now,
that would be
am I
cheating,
gonna
wouldn't it, huh?
Yeah, I want to know. But I also don't want to make people watching this stream watch me move letters around.
I once released an uncut DDN on our Patreon where it was just my players trying to solve a puzzle for 60 minutes. And
No, for an hour?
No, that's
Yeah.
too long.
yeah, it was great.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing: is it is always your call to make, to retreat or continue. That is up to you, my sweet characters.
Well, Elmo, one more try.
Whatever, they already got our faces. We might as well do it.
Okay, we got a couple options here. Got Creepo, which I feel like none of us are feeling right now.
Seems unreasonable.
Copper.
Roll a history check, Carlos.
There's only one
Copper?
P.
I
With
mean, you can
advantage.
press it twice.
You can press it twice.
Oh, that's right.
But why would you be doing all
Well,
this
we
for
could-
copper? Copper's
we could-
not that expensive.
Yeah, we could also press
Elmo?
any of these twice.
Copper is Kent's favorite color.
Okay, hear me out. Copper is Kent's favorite color.
It
Why?
is- I don't know. That is a kind of a weird favorite color. I've never heard of anybody.
Oh,
having a
it's
favorite color
totally
copper.
weird.
I don't
Which is
know.
why it sticks out to you as a fact, Omo.
Try it.
But I need a number too.
Which number is it on the periodic table? Would Kaya know that?
Ooh, shit.
Would valedictorian.
What is it, like 420?
29 is the copper.
Omo is
29.
blown away. If like, okay, that's really good. I feel like, I mean, do you want to do the honors and type that in?
No, I don't want them to have my fingerprints. It's bad enough they have my video.
You think they have our fingerprints?
They have yours now.
And he puts it in. Copper 29.
Copper 29.
Enter.
All right. After a long pause, there is a green flash of entry as the computer unlocks.
It worked.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh my, does a
Okay.
little dance. Who? Okay. Someone get on this. Kaya, get it. Make it. Find
You
the.
did it!
find
I
the
was expecting
files.
much more celebration. You did it! You unlocked the computer!
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well done. Well
I
done.
would never have guessed that.
What are we looking for?
Anything incriminate, anything that connects them to
What's on
this.
the desktop?
The desktop's pretty neat as well. You've got an email icon, you've got a files icon, you've got an icon that has an eye that just says viewing. And then you've got just a browser.
I'm gonna look at the viewing one. Open that up.
You click it, and immediately brought to life is a conflict of cameras. You see every camera in this house. You see every camera in the new era.
Ooh,
Holy
You see
more.
every camera lining Main Street. Kent's parents are completely tapped in.
Holy crap! They see everything. Can I see us?
Yes.
Can I
You can
figure
see the
out,
back of your head in this moment.
Can I figure out where it's saving to? Or figure out
Ooh.
how to turn off the camera? Well, turn off the camera, and then I want to erase the file that has our recording of us.
Okay. Go ahead and conveniently enough, Dungeons and Dragons doesn't have like a computer stat. Wonder why. But I'm going to go ahead and ask for let's just ask for a straight up
Survival?
Actually, how about Solani, you tell me what skill Kaya's trying to use to get by. In this
Either like
particular moment.
intelligence. I would say like either intelligence or investigation, probably.
Then let's do whichever one of those skills you wish.
You don't want to sleight of hand it, just like fall on the keyboard and see
Yeah,
what
That's
happens.
a terrible idea. I'm gonna roll investigation again.
All right.
Better one.
22.
Okay, yeah, Kaya fucking hacks into the Matrix. I guess. So Kaya, you sit down at this computer, you go to work. You can see that this is being saved to the New Era servers.
Okay.
So those are going to be the computer servers at the New Era.
Mhm.
If you're going to destroy information, it's going to be there.
Is there a way to delete the information from here, or
No,
at least-
no. It's all stored off. Like it immediately goes offline to the New Era
okay.
after you upload it.
Ooh,
Yes.
I want to say something out of character, but
Say it.
where are my parents? Where are Ken's parents? I use the cameras to like, where are they right now?
That's a good question, but I feel like there's a lot of cameras.
Let's find them.
All right.
We have a lot of cameras.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of cameras.
All right, you start sorting through the cameras. I'm gonna leave it as part of your investigation check, Kaya. You're coming through. You eventually stop at one of the New Era cameras. Both Marta and Ben are in a meeting with Bradley's parents.
Okay. The cameras, do they have audio?
They do.
You're like a super genius. What is going
go ahead and
on?
bring
This is
that up?
insane. Are you watching this right now?
Bayou is distracted.
This
Kaya is going to take out her phone and put it on record and is going to play the audio, the live audio and record.
you can do that on your phone?
This is
All
why
right.
you need an actual phone, Omo.
This is insane.
Not
I had no
just
idea.
pager.
We cut now back to Sweet Kent. You are brought back to the smell of buttered popcorn being waved directly under your nose.
Oh,
You see that Bradley, in his panic, has drenched an entire singular piece of popcorn in
Ugh.
popcorn butter and is waving it under your nose to try and revive you.
oh, bud,
My bud.
I'm back. Okay. Oh,
All right, you're
Whoa.
good.
what did I? Is that you?
Yeah, you missed the first showing of my completely overpowered magic. So
Yes. Oh,
yeah, the
I like-
kings. It's like complete celebration on Brad's end.
we do like a forearm grasp.
Yes.
Awesome. Now
Oh.
help me. Now help me out.
Yeah,
Like, pull himself up. Yeah.
Yeah, Bradley goes ahead and pulls you up. All right,
Okay.
so it's basically like the five of us against the world at this point.
Thank goodness. Honestly, I knew you. To be real, I needed my Lancelot.
Of course.
Well-
Man, and I can see that you need some extra support on this just from a team perspective. I'm happy to start pulling my weight.
You know what? Actually, I'll say is this team surprisingly good. We're not great, but we've got a lot of heart, and you'd be surprised at the different skill sets. Speaking of the team, where is everyone?
I kicked Kaya and Abayu. I didn't think that you'd want them to see you like that in your vulnerable state.
Sleeping?
Yeah, I mean, you were talking in your sleep, and it's just I wanted to protect
Oh.
your
was
your your privacy.
was it the Stanford dream about?
Yeah, it was the Stanford dream. Yeah,
with the Mr. Stanford, the mascot.
yeah, in
okay.
the pool. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all right. I'm nervous about walking on for the pool. It's fine. Well, we should grab them before my parents. Maybe they shouldn't be wandering around the house.
No, of course not. Let's go find them.
Yeah.
And so then we cut back to Kaya. You've pulled your phone out. You've pressed record, and you press listen in on the camera, and this swell of voices come to life, and you hear, all right, so does that put us on a track for a launch date of early next week? And it's Marta asking this question. You see Bradley's dad sort of shake his head and say, I think that early next week is a bit too early. I want to wait until after my Brad's birthday. All right. And I think that's only fair of us to ask. Right. And Marta is clearly disgusted by this. She says, I'm sorry, Brad, I completely understand where you're coming from. I want to wait for my child's 18th birthday as well. But you do realize that means waiting until the last possible minute to execute this plan? Clearly not. That's not going to work for us. We're going to have to execute a bit sooner than that if we want to be prepared when the time comes. And it is at that point that, Kent, you turn down the hallway and you discover where your friends are.
I start waving them in.
Whoa, guys.
Quiet.
This
Quiet.
is the...
Kaya is phone calling a movie to herself.
Just listen.
Of like this conversation.
Then Kent walks in and is about to scold them to be in a place they're not supposed to be. And then hears his mom's voice. And then just like kind of like runs in.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as you run in, you hear your mother say, yes, I'm looking at a minimum of the 25th launch. As prescribed, we're going to go with the original 2,000 units, and we can scale from there. What I'm really concerned with is making sure that the serum is locked in. Is that new resource that you required going to be enough for you to finish your studies? And Brad's parents sort of nod and they say, yeah, she should be able to help us get the job done. And Marta nods and she says, all right, so then we're on for the 25th then. You need to be careful with that. That kind of thing will go noticed very quickly. And Brad's dad now nods and says, that's all right. We've made sure that the right money reached the right hands. And they all sort of nod in affirmation and begin they all stand up and shake each other's hands and you can see that this meeting has come to a close.
What's today's date? Just a double check. Is it the 4th or the 11th?
It is the 3rd.
It's the 3rd. Okay.
Yeah, it is almost midnight on the 3rd.
Brad, what do your parents do for a living? Do you know who this herd they're talking about?
Maybe it's Margot Day? Because they were talking about serum. Remember? They said this version's...
What units are they talking about? What are they making?
While they're talking, I want to get on the computer and try to find stuff because I am so impressed that Kaya was able to do this. And this is like almost dream come true. Everyone keeps getting all of the things Omo wants. Like every single thing. Every time he feels like, oh, he's not going to get magic. Okay, that's fine. He's not going to get premonitions. That's fine. He's like, tries to break this code. Okay, I guess not. And now he's just like, let me investigate something. Let me figure this out. So like as Kaya is just like nonchalantly having this conversation, I want to like sit down in the chair and like look at like try to figure out. The only thing that I keep thinking of that keeps ringing a bell in his head is just like check the pastries. Like that's the only thing going on. He's like check the did he delete his pastries before he left? Okay.
I just got it. I hate this.
Here we go. And I double click the browser, like the browser icon.
Just goes to Google.
I type in Yahoo and then I type Google into the Yahoo search.
Oh my God.
AskJeeves.com.
Yeah, I want to look at the history. I want to look at the history in the browser and see
The
where
web history.
Yeah.
Okay. So the web history of Kent's father is...
Hold up. Let me step out of the room so you can get
it's way more PG than one would be inclined to believe. there are some incredibly concerning things in this history. They mostly seem to be bulk purchase of survival gear.
No. Oh, Omo would know everything about that stuff.
Then I think that this is fair. Maybe to the passive eye, it might seem like survival gear, but to Omo's trained eye, you are slightly more confident that this is warfare gear.
Shit. Okay. Tuck that away. I just want to go on the desktop, click on a Windows Explorer and type. I kind of like turn around to like what they're all talking, and then I just want to type .mp4, enter.
.mp4 into Google?
No,
into the Windows bar.
Windows Explorer, into the OS. I want to see if he has any videos saved on his computer, and what they would be.
Okay, you find a folder that is of videos of Kent, and they are all named like Kent, like the age, and then like report.
Report?
Kent, age, report. And there's about 18 of them here.
Shit, I'm gonna look at them.
These are all just like what would seem very like cute and adorable videos of Kent Vanderbilt at whatever age that he's in. The only thing that feels kind of strange about this is the word report that's present.
Ooh, is there a number or anything? It's just like his age. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
.mp4.
Let's see, it goes from like his first year on,
Yeah, it goes from when he was 1 year old.
but nothing from before then. Like when
Nope,
he
there was actually
born?
one sent as recently as Ken's 18th birthday.
No, I meant like as him, when he was born.
Yep. There's not one like at his birth, but there's one for when he turns 1. There's one for when he turns 2. There's one for when he turns 3. Continuing on.
I'm gonna go into his email.
Like how Kent just doesn't have any interest in this.
Well, I don't think Kent's aware that like Omo's doing this. Aren't we like talking like
okay.
like isn't Omo doing all this while we're like chatting about stuff in the background?
I assume kind of wasn't bio. Okay.
No, it's cool. I mean, we can talk about this out of character, but yeah, we can also say it.
Yeah, do we want to all discuss who's hearing what information at this point?
Elmo, what are you doing?
So we'll do that.
Don't lock us out of the computer and be
Found
careful.
some messed up stuff that your dad's been purchasing. I'm just like typing.
What kind
This
of
is-
stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, this is some like heavy duty militia gear he's got going on here. Also, kind of weird. Home movies of you, Kent. Not that that's weird.
Why is that weird?
I mean, there's only one for each year you've been born, and the word reports in them, so that's kind of strange.
What?
Yeah, it's
Wait.
really weird. Like you're an experiment or something, guys. I'm like
they
overflowing.
all-
Wait. So who's he reporting to? I mean, it can't just be a report for him.
What?
Is he
Let
sending
me
them to
see.
someone?
Let me see these
You
videos.
gotta wait. I'm going to your dad's email right now.
Wait, this can't be. You tell me that I might be an experiment, but hold up, you got no,
Possibly.
Omo,
We gotta
out of
figure-
the seat,
I mean,
Omo.
We
Out
gotta
of the
figure out.
seat.
We gotta figure out the email thing first. Actually, you know what? That's a good point.
Type in mail. It'll just have it saved already in there.
MALE. Ooh, this is bad. Close this one. Ooh. I had to do it. They set me up for that one. They set me up for that on purpose. They set me up.
Yes. Boo hiss.
I don't think.
I go
I
into
don't
mail.
think I did.
Why does he have so many photos of male bobcats? Is he trying to breed them?
Right.
Yeah.
Because he says like, why would he have this? Instead of reading his inbox, I want to read like his sent emails.
Yeah.
Like the emails
Yeah.
he sent
Check the outbox.
recently.
See where he's sending those videos.
Yeah.
You gotta
Press
send them
mail.
to someone.
There was-
Ooh,
And
send the video.
the thing that pops up It says two-factor authentication initiated. Please select the number displayed on your phone right now.
Shit. Okay.
And I think that is where, with that happening, and I think Kent is still left playing sort of in the corner. Omo couldn't figure out how to close the window.
Yeah.
You're watching the most recent video of you turning 18.
Why is this a report?
Does he know that someone's filming him?
He's being filmed.
In the
Yeah.
video?
I bet it was like my dad singing me happy birthday. I bet it's like supposed to be like really benign, but like, why is it labeled report?
It's
And
like-
why is he singing in a minor key?
Ooh, very funny.
Birthday.
Trying to harmonize
Whoopee.
too. Oh,
Okay. So yeah, and I think we see this video of Kent Kent at a swim meet, Kent talking about his college application. We see Kent coming back from a run one day. We see
So it's like a compilation of that.
Are there only like 18 videos and the videos are compilation videos, or
Yep.
they're
I thought it was like
Compilation
one
throughout the
thing.
year.
They're
I thought it was
compilations.
like I see.
Yeah,
That makes it
one
much
video is
weirder.
sent
one
to
per
you.
year? Okay.
Gotcha.
I know we ended on a cliffhanger, but I was taking notes I didn't get to ask earlier.
Yeah, feel free. I'll make space for that for sure.
Thank you. In the file names, are they all done on a specific day? Is there a date in the properties?
Oh, yeah, 3 days after Kent's birthday.
Every year, 3 days after Kent's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, all you have to do is just hit the date modified button. That's great.
Wait,
I didn't know you can just
these files if I want to see which one was oldest. Well, you actually just double click it, and so you can go from new.
I love the idea.
Snap.
I
Mine
love
are all
the idea
thumbnails.
that we're all just like Carlos. I love the idea that we're all assuming that his dad uses like Windows 10 when he probably uses like fucking Unix.
Yeah, like Linux or yeah.
No, it's all through Microsoft Edge. Actually, everything.
You guys are on
Microsoft
the edge.
Edge sponsor us.
Get in the comments and sponsor us.
Opera sponsor us.
Is Opera still around?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
You
wow.
want to know how I know? Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay, cool.
We should do outros, which
Yes,
means
I was gonna say we could go through an outro. Thank you for letting me leave you on a cliffhanger. This has been Generation Fantasy. As always, if you want to watch old episodes, you can go to Roll20. Thank you for sponsoring us, Roll20. Roll20's YouTube page, and check our stuff out. If you want more information about lore in the world, you can go to generationfantasy.com. Every Friday, I do session prep where our friends get to learn spoilers about the world around them. Last week, I created all of the other seniors' character sheets,
Oh
which
my
was
God.
so delicious and fun. So we did that with chat. So that's every Friday at 8 p.m. CST over on twitch.tv/OKKDMay. This has been my beautiful, lovely cast of some of my best friends and some of my worst enemies. We're going to go down the line and you can tell us where you can find you and one prediction for the rest of the season of Gen F. Let's start with Masood.
let's also not forget Pineapple's statement. This is also an opportunity to roast me on my fit for this week.
Oh yeah.
That's right. So
Hey,
first
I'm
of all,
Masood. Yes, please.
I just wonder, is it a bun or is it a braid in the back?
Oh,
What
it's
is in
a
back?
it's a bun. It's like
What's
a
the
messy
shirt?
bun.
Because it kind of looks like
This-
from. Oh, it's like a line
tur-
thing.
It's a turtleneck
Okay.
and a tank top. It's a tank
And a
top,
tank top.
that I've got over it.
What's the
And what's
thing
the
in the center?
necklace? What's
and then
the
it's
necklace?
a necklace
What kind?
with
Let's see.
with a gem on the bottom. I'll be honest, I bought this for Misha like last year and she never wears it, so this is an excuse for me to put it on.
Okay, everybody, rev your engines. Just
Rev
get
your
ready. Okay. we got
Once
all the
again,
info.
theme was
How many?
luxury.
Okay, how many
What?
watches are you wearing this time though?
0 this week.
Zero
I have to
watches.
I
Okay.
have to change it up.
So-
I have to change it up.
Gold bracelet though. Okay.
Oh, it's I wear this bracelet every week. Now
Okay.
we're mean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm just having fun.
You look like a middle school lesbian who's trying to express herself under strict dress code.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's
I
it.
was-
That's all I got for tonight.
When Misha finished my hair, I was like, I look like Jason Schwartzman who like walked into the wrong party.
You look like a mannequin from a flea market trying to do too much.
The only thing I can think of is just the one of those defunct '90s girl groups. The Army.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
What would be the name of the
Like,
students?
got the bangs laid, got the
Bang.
side part,
Yeah.
And then
got
we're
the bun in the
It's
back.
banded.
I got one. You look like you have 4 songs about your ex.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You look like
Uh,
you used
yeah,
to
you
work
got-
at Hot Topic, but now you work at Old Navy down below by the Wetzel's Pretzels.
You were fired from Free People.
This might be. Tell me
Yeah.
if this is too far. I feel like I'm a Latinx woman who works in the military but is on break on the weekend.
Oh no, 100%.
That's
They
pretty
all
good.
have this haircut.
That's
dude.
pretty
I don't
good.
know
That's
what to
pretty
say.
good. What were you gonna say,
Yeah,
TK?
for-
What's your
Well,
brain?
I was just like piggybacking off of the 4 songs about his girlfriend. He looks like he's got 4 songs about being mad at his ex-girlfriend and 40 songs about being mad about his dad.
Yeah.
Why are you reading my therapy session?
He looks like the
What's
guy.
going on?
He looks like a guy trying to talk to someone at a barbecue. Uh,
Are you wearing Birkenstocks right now?
No. I'm just. I got the.
Yes.
I got the hiking toe shoes. Actually, that's
Get the
that's.
fuck out of here.
I
Those
wish, I
Vibram
wish.
soles.
I had a pair. You know, I was all. Then my car got stolen. And they were in it, so that was the real tragedy.
You look like the kid who tried out for like the other gay kid in Riverdale, and the producers were like, too much.
Too.
Oh my god. All
I
right. Well,
wrote a whole
this
storyline about
Yeah.
cruising in the woods, but this.
is too much.
Guys, tweet more insults at me on Instagram and Twitter at MaroonBoy. You can catch me on Wednesday nights GMing Monster of the Week over on the Roll20 Twitch channel. And you can also see me on the Rivals of Waterdeep on Sundays with those folks GMing. It's a blast. That's where I am. Come check me out.
Hell yeah. Carlos, how about you go next?
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Carlos Looney. You can find me on all social media under Carlos Crits. This is what I have going on, and it is awesome. I wish I saved a burn for Masood right now, but if I think of one later, maybe you know what you look like. You look like it's your first day working the floor at Barnes and Noble. Okay, you're up.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay, so tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Solani. I'm Mistress Verse on Twitter and Twitch. And when I'm not here, I'm usually DMing for Plot Hunters, except we haven't started our new season yet. Not until next month. But it's coming soon.
Okay. All right, TK, take us home.
All right. I like how Carlos was able to slide a cell phone in underneath the rug, just like at the last minute. I will say, this is my last one. You look like the new kid that would come in for the Good Charlotte themed episode of Glee.
I really like that
Oh,
one.
I'm sorry.
I like
TK Johnson. I write spooky stories on the internet. If you like spooky stories, read them at my website, tkjwrites.com, or follow me on Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. That's it. That's pretty much all I'm doing. Maybe Katie May and I will do Spooky Slumber Party this weekend. Maybe I don't know, man.
Please
Yeah, as a treat.
play Resident Evil.
Man, I don't know. I've been trying
Only
to get Once
for-
Upon a
only
Game.
like-
You
happen
think we're
by now.
rich? You think we got new Resident Evil money laying around
Resident
here?
Evil
True,
is
damn.
too horny for me. It's too horny. I can't.
You
And
guys
for me, it's not horny enough. So then it's like, why are we even playing it?
play
You
it at
know?
11 p.m. It's the perfect time. You guys will find what you need afterwards.
Okay.
What?
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 Masood, you look
What?
like someone who would end a stream on that line.
All right, I'm Katie May. I've been your dungeon master for this evening. Thank you for bearing with me. Fuck, as I recently. I've been doing nothing but driving in the car for the last 2 days until like 2 hours before this stream. As always, you can find me on Twitch or Twitter at OKKatieMay. On Saturdays, I play Spooky Slumber Party with TK, and on Sundays, my sweet friend Molly and I play through Mass Effect. Molly's playing it for the first time. We just had our first episode last week, so you're still new to the party. If you want to see it, hang out with me and do that. That's at twitch.tv/OKKatieMay. Same with Obsession Prep. This has been Generation Fantasy. We will see you at the same time next week as we discover what happens when the Vanderbilts are awoken.
Oh,
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.